So if you don't have prospects that are ready to come up and ready to help you at the major league level, how do you think you are going to be able to get one of the top pitchers on the market or top players on the market? Especially one of the top players on the market who has every opportunity in his entire career to come here and play and has rejected it. Could have found his way here on his own and rejected it. Would rather play in anonymity in the shadow of Disneyland. No. What it is the Phillies don't have it. You know who does? The Dodgers, the Braves, the Yankees, other franchises who are contenders that are right now, by the way, teams that are better.
First of all, starting the tweet with sorry Philly fans. Like, what are you sorry about? Like, what do we need to be sorry about? Like, the New York Knicks fans who looked like absolute trash half of this finals, and I know it's not all of them, half of this finals doing the stuff they were doing in the streets, beating people up, doing all this ridiculous stuff. That, number one, we're supposed to feel good for them? Or how about the fans that came down to Xfinity Mobile Arena and they chanted bleep and bead as loud as they possibly could every single time they were in the building? We're supposed to feel good for them? And then even if they didn't do any of that stuff, even if they were the greatest fans in the world, we're Philadelphia. That's New York. New York looks down on this city. They've always looked down on this city. They've always accused us of being a second-rate city. We're supposed to feel good? Oh, but poor Knicks fans. They've waited since 1960.
All right, we're coming in hot on a Monday morning. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic on the radio, on the app. Download that 97.5 The Fanatic app for your phone, your iPhone. Can you get it on the on that other phone that they have? Good morning to Brendan Dutson for Ray Dunn. Ray is still alive, I believe, in Jamaica. Good morning, Dutsy.
Good morning, Johnny.
What's up? How are you?
Oh, I'm doing just great.
Hair's looking good. Last week, he was asking me for something for Philly baseball talk, and I'm like, all right, I'll send it to you. And it's like, well, I got a haircut at 5 o'clock. So I can get to it after that. What day was that? Before you were doing the show?
Yeah. No, that was after the show. Wednesday? Wednesday night.
He's got a mix. And look at it, Sean. Doesn't he have a nice clean cut?
Hair Jordan.
Yeah, come on. That's why whenever Dutz is working, you got to watch YouTube. Because normally, like, look at me. I got a haircut on Friday. Do I look like I got a haircut Friday?
A little bit.
I
saw you, yeah.
Oh, you very out.
Yeah, so yes.
But it looks like he's just got
No, yeah, you can't tell.
got a bird's nest on his head.
Yeah,
and he styles it like that. Did you do that? You didn't get the content yet.
No, I have to.
Yeah, you have to record
Well, this
yourself.
morning it was early, you know. People are just waking up.
It doesn't have to be the day you work.
Yeah, let's
you
go,
do this every
Any
day.
day. Yeah, good point. Good point.
All right.
I start training people around here. Digital.
All right. We say good morning to Sean Brace. Hey, Sean.
Oh, what a weekend. Here we are, ready to roll. I feel like I'm a plump hot dog again.
Yeah, you got off all weekend, right? Weren't you away at a quiet?
Nothing but relaxation for your boy over here.
Sean worked multiple events and broadcasts every day.
I feel like it. I feel it in my body, down in my loins, deep in my plums. Yeah, it's been a good run, man. I'm all World Cup'd up. I'm all soccered up. We got a pretty cool story with USA. Of course, the Phillies and Mets had a lot of attention over the weekend. That was good because you had two a point. Not a good broadcast by no means, but it was good.
But still.
Being out on a Saturday and being out last night too as well, and you're watching, you got the game on, so that's always good.
And here's the thing: we deserved that Philly series this weekend, even though they lost the first game. We deserved it.
Oh yeah,
because with everything going on with the Knicks, if the Mets would have came down here with Mets fans in Citizens Bank Park, I didn't hear a lot of Mets fans. I know that they're always going to travel or go to games, but Schwarber hitting 3 home runs in a game and Harper hitting for a cycle made me feel better, a lot better that happened.
Well, it's funny because didn't we discuss that on Friday? Weren't we talking a little bit about both of those guys and what needs to be more so about Bryce Harper than anything? And then the weekend that we just got from both of those guys. Good Lord.
Oh, yeah, no, I motivated him. I don't think there's any doubt. Not that I wasn't doing some take on Bryce Harper. I was legitimately saying, we're talking about the All-Star game. And I said, yo, bro, you can't be hitting under 250 and make the All-Star team. Sorry, you better step it up. He has a cycle. He hits for the cycle.
Bombs, smashing.
Yeah, he's hitting the ball hard. He's seeing it well. Jesus, with Schwarber.
Swinging a new bat, a heavier bat. Apparently that's paying off for Bryson. It makes sense, if it slows you down. I mean, he swings violent. Not like Schwarber. Schwarber's got a beautiful stroke, man. Short, compact, whack. See ya.
So his first 2 home runs, did you see this? His first 2 home runs on Saturday night were for 913 feet or something like that in distance, and he hit them both to the same spot. I saw a lot of people pregame, or it might have been Luke that put it out there, that during batting practice, Harper was killing it. He was hitting it close to the third deck, and then look what happened at the game. And Schwarber's he's coming up later, a little bit later in the show, 11 o'clock hour. We're going to do the top 5 Philadelphia free agent signings of all time. And he's absolutely in that top 5. It's a matter of where he lands. But what he's doing, I mean, you think about this. He's got 29 home runs. Everybody, let's just take a step back out of Philadelphia for a second. We have the slugger right now in baseball. Kyle Schwarber is the preeminent power hitter, along with other guys. If I say Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani, I'd say that's pretty good company. Mm-hmm. And Schwarber had 3 home runs on Saturday night, has 29 for the season, hitting 255. I was trying to figure this out this morning. They haven't played 82 yet, but they've played pretty close. I mean, he's on pace at over 60, which is unbelievable.
Yeah, 62.
Oh,
62
my God.
right now. It's incredible. And it's, it's one of those things where the pitchers know what he's capable of. So it's like I'm trying to live in the moment, be present day, but I'm thinking a little bit about postseason. And dude, if you get that type of production from him and Bryce Harper, there's your answer. Unfortunately, the pitching, the opposition knows that as well.
Yeah, they're better.
And that's why they make everybody else beat you. So I'm looking at it from that perspective, but you got to enjoy it because he is the number 1 home run hitter. And you go back 2 seasons, you compare him against the Shohei, he's got more home runs in that amount of time. It's incredible to see what he's able to do. I mean, the fact that he's hitting 3 home runs in a game, nobody's doing that.
And by the way, I was actually thinking about this. I haven't heard from Uncle Jamie or John Kincade on the do not sign Kyle Schwarber take.
Ooh.
Uncle Jamie and this was like his theme in the offseason, just telling you, this is what's going to happen.
That's a minority take right there.
And he's got 29 home runs. Well, John was complaining about it all offseason.
Yeah, John's perspective, and maybe Uncle Jamie was on that same wavelength of all these contracts are going to be coming up at the same time, and then everybody collectively as a team on the franchise will be old. Will be point blank old. And
that is going to happen.
It's going to happen, yeah, but you have to believe that Schwarber was going to give you a couple good seasons just like this. I didn't think – no, this is exactly what I expected, honestly.
His over-under was what in home runs? He's almost there.
38.5. It dropped to 38.5, and then it bumped back up to 39.5. So that means money came in finally to bump it back up, which is hysterical. But, yeah, if you took under on 40 home runs, I don't – and, again, he's not there. Knock on wood. You got a little bit ways to go.
They're like, God forbid something
Yes,
happens.
Correct. So hold up. Nobody's cashing a ticket just yet, but this is what I expected. I expected him to hit some bombs this year. Sure. 60? No, but definitely more than 40.
45? Yeah.
I would have said he was flirting with 50. I think I said that he would be flirting with 50 again this year.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
I mean, for crying out loud, the record in Phillies history is still Howard, 58. Okay, you saw how tough it was, and he didn't get there last year. So I wouldn't have said that, but definitely flirting with 50 this year.
All right, can we hear some? And this, I would love to hear the local television crew. Fransky had some really good calls on radio. I would have loved to hear T-Mac and Kruk with T-Mac and the reaction to it and everything else. Instead, who do we have? I don't even know who we have. Who do we have on Saturday night? It's all mumbled in my brain.
Saturday night was Joe Davis and John Schmaltz.
All right. Oh my God, I hate Schmaltz. God, he is just he brings you down listening to that broadcast. He hates the Phillies, but even outside of the whole hate the Phillies thing, because that's subjective, I just feel miserable when I'm watching the games. I don't feel like it's fun. All right, and Kyle Schwarber hits 3 home runs. Just give me a Schwarber home run. What do we got?
On his 9th year in the major leagues, home with a 2-1 pitch. Schwarber tees off again. There's the second one of the inning into the second deck.
Yeah, 2 in an inning. You mentioned that.
Holy Schwarber.
That's a good one.
Holy Schwarber.
Oh, holy Schwarber's a pretty good one. Yeah, if I was the pitching coach of the Mets, my advice would have been don't throw the ball belt high over the middle of the plate. Because if you make a mistake like that to Kyle Schwarber, he doesn't miss him often.
He deserves the treatment, the Bonds treatment. He deserves that right now. I'm not saying he's on that level as a career, but no, right here, right now, last year and this year, yeah, you're better off putting him on. You're better off saying, you know what, let's go 3 straight pitches on the outside. If he's got the great eye and he's not able to get it, that's fine. But all in all, like, I can't give up a home run. I just can't do that. And you know the struggles with this offense. So, like, why would you go up there as an opposition saying, you know what, let's continue to throw him off speed pitch that breaks just over the plate enough that he's able to barrel it up and send it off a live casino?
That may not have been the strategy to throw something looked like it was on a tee. No, I mean, guys miss pitches, and they badly miss those pitches.
I mean, if you were walking out of the casino, you have to have your head on a swivel.
It's like an Andrew Painter fastball. I don't think he meant to throw it right over the middle of the plate at 98. 610-632-0975. Text line, Davis on a text line, Sean, 610-632-0975. Name, location, occupation, but also the voice memos. Because this list is coming up, but I'd love to get YouTube chat as well. Good morning to our YouTubers. Who's the best Philadelphia sports free agent signing? I have my list. I've compiled it. I've checked it twice. Where's Kyle Schwarber? Is Kyle Schwarber on that list? Come up with some names. Your thoughts, 610-632-0975. Use the voice memo on the Davis Honda text line and the phone line and the entire weekend of Philadelphia sports. World Cup update coming up with Sean.
Oh, yeah.
That's coming up at 11 o'clock. Your thoughts on Schwarber and also Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper hits for the cycle. And before the game, was this Saturday before the game? He talked about him chasing the ghosts of himself, which I thought was a really, really interesting comment, and I wasn't expecting it. We're going to play it. We're going to talk about Bryce, because Bryce also hit for the cycle, but not everybody's happy that Bryce hit for the cycle for some reason. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
3, and if you don't appreciate that, you don't like sports. Get the hell out of here with that. I'm not going to feel good for these ridiculous Knicks fans. Do you think those Knicks fans felt good for Philadelphia in Super Bowl 52? Were they out on the street saying, wow, look how united the city of Philadelphia is. Yay, Philly. Yay. Come on with that stuff. Get out of here. And every fan is coming at Sealski, and they're right. Like, don't lecture the city of Philadelphia. With what we've had to put up with from New York, we're now supposed to be, yay, Knicks fans. Like, I appreciate what Brunson did and Josh Hart and Karl Anthony Towns and OG Anunoby. Like, I feel good for the players. I feel good for the players. They deserved it. They earned it. They're a likable team. But to sit here and lecture the Philadelphia fans that we're supposed to feel good for the Knicks fans? Come on, Mike.
let's do that. Now, Andrew Salciunas has the day off today. It is not because of a clip that went viral from our show last week about Jalen Hurts. He's got regular vacation, but he was getting ripped because he said his number one question for the Eagles this year is about Jalen Hurts' performance at the quarterback position with the change in offense, Sean Mannion now taking over. What is your evaluation of that? Is that your number one question?
My number one question for this team this year would be if the offensive line can stay healthy and hold up. And it's not a very sexy question, right? Like, if the offensive line isn't healthy, we can't get Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens and Lane Johnson back to health. I don't care what plays Sean Mannion's calling. They're not going to have much of a chance. The offensive line has to be better. It has to be healthier. They've been the foundation of that team for so long. They've been responsible for so much success.
At least going to get 2. We got to try for 3, don't you? Here he goes, looking for the cycle. It'll depend on how they score it. Harper into third with what looks like it's going to be a triple and the cycle.
All right, Joe Davis on the call. Yes, Bryce Harper, 4th at bat. So he needed a triple, and when he hit the ball, he decided it was going to at least he was going to try to get a triple.
That's how Harper operates. We know that.
All right, so let's describe it, and Tom will get you. We'll talk about Bryce Harper, chasing the ghost of Bryce Harper, but so he gaps it between the left fielder and the center fielder, and he hit it hard enough to where it wasn't the perfect lie because it kind of didn't bounce off the wall, so they were able to get to it pretty quick. So the runner's coming home from third. There's no play at the plate. Who was it? Who was even running? I don't even know who was running on the plate. What does it matter? But just watching it live, it's like you're throwing the ball to third base, or you're throwing it to the cutoff, who's going to decide what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Because Bryce Harper's rounding second as the shortstop has the ball and is about to throw home. If they would have went to third base, Bryce Harper would have been out by a mile.
Easily.
Yep. He wouldn't even slid. He just would have been like, okay, I give up. Now, so a lot of people were saying, and this is probably Phillies fans or not Phillies fans, but just national, because even Joe Davis said it, and the scoring decision is going to be interesting. So they gave him a triple, and a lot of people wondered why they gave him the triple. Did you see the explanation to why he got the triple?
I did not.
All right, so the reason why it's a triple and not a double, and then he gets third on the throw home, is that he was committed to. He was already rounding third and going to third.
He was.
So if he would have slowed down and then saw the throw and then went for it, they would have said he advanced on the throw. He was committed to going to third base. So it doesn't matter if he would have been out for a mile. The play then went home, and he was safe at third. But he was already going to third. So that's why it's a triple. I know a lot of people out there just want to hate Bryce Harper, don't understand the actual rule. I've seen enough interpretation and the actual rule and enough of the experts that aren't biased to say, no, 100% of the time this is getting a triple. He would have been thrown out at third. But anyway, who cares? He got a cycle. It was awesome.
Correct.
And my favorite thing, his reaction. That's the Bryce Harper I want. Emotional Bryce Harper. His helmet, he made it halfway between first and second, and he knocked that helmet off.
That's a staple. That's a Bryce Harper staple, though. That let the flow fly. Yeah, he always knocks the helmet off.
That's Pete Rose.
Yeah, I love it.
Pete never had the helmet when he was sliding head first in the third.
I think when Little League, I used to rip it off too as well. He used to weigh me down like Spaceballs. But no, I what you're getting from Harper, and I dig it. I dig it as well. He steps up. It's his 4th at bat. And he's like, man, I only need the triple. Oh, by the way, his 14-year career, he's never had one. So, yeah, that's going through his mind. When he steps to the dish, like, hey, if I get a triple here, look out. Next thing, it goes to the wall. It hits a little bit of a gapper, wrong side. Doesn't matter. That's Harper. And credit to him. Bottom line is the score was, at that point in time, Schwarber was in front of him scoring. That was the game that they threw 8 up in that inning.
Yeah, Bill just texted me and said one of the reasons why they probably threw it home was Schwarber was
Correct.
the one running.
Yeah, Schwarber was running home. However, he
was almost home when they threw it.
Yeah, they never had a chance at Schwarber. They did have a chance, obviously, to get Harper. A little bit of a bias home call, too. Just a little bit. I'm fine with it, right? Like,
what's a bias home call?
The whole going to third. Give him the triple. I think there's a little bit of a bias to the scoring of that.
That's it. I just explained why it's a triple and not a double.
I still don't think it was. I'm not going to go 100% with you on that. I think the home scoring, if that's in another ballpark, I don't think he's getting a triple there. I really don't. I think that had a little bit to do with the Philadelphia flavor. And I'm okay with it. I don't care. And you look at it, the grand scheme of things, you could see like how it can go either way. I understand the explanation. I'm signing off on the explanation.
No, you're not.
I
No,
am
you did not.
co-signing.
Did he sign the explanation?
However,
You didn't
I
sign
can
the Declaration
see-
of Independence. You did not. No,
All right.
no, but listen, that's fine
Yes.
because there's a lot of people out there saying it. Honestly, if you look at if you look at what a cycle is supposed to be, that wasn't the classic triple. No, it wasn't. Because
I don't
you
think
would have
I've
been
ever.
a dead duck at third.
I can't tell you the last time I saw somebody get a triple on that side. Think about that, right? Like most of the time, people are okay. Ball's over in left field. I'm probably good at 2 here. Let me stop. Nope, not Harper. He had in his mind committed. He was going for 3 as soon as that ball left his bat, and he looked up and he saw it in the gap.
Yeah, can you call Kincade? Salciunas just texted me that John this morning had a problem with it because it puts it in the history books. So he probably had a problem with Bryce because he's anti-Bryce, and he probably had a problem with the score because he's anti-Bryce. So if John's out there, I would love to talk to him. You can text him or call him.
He's
and see if
probably
he wants
still
to call in.
here.
He might be. And apparently, well, if Andrew is, he's listening to the show back there, so Andrew might have already hit the road.
Nice.
But, yeah, like what? Yeah, okay. All right, John. No, I know if you're anti-Bryce Harper or you're anti-Phillies, that's what you're going to say. You're going to say it's not a triple. The spirit of what he did is what you're referring to, which is, well, all right, like he gets the triple, but he gets the triple.
I have no issues. I was fired up to see it. And putting that to the side, I am with you. Right, there have been some people out there that would like to see Bryce lead a little bit more with some enthusiasm, some smiles on his face. Maybe not enthusiasm, but like look like he's enjoying the moment. But that's always been Harper for me. Like I don't look at Bryce Harper as not so much a rah-rah guy, but like hey, I'm happy to be here. Like Bryce Harper is just happy. He's not smiling, right? Like that's his MO.
His personality is what it is.
Yes, that's his build. That's how he ticks.
So let's play Tom, I'll get you next. Let's play the ghost of Bryce Harper because I'm not pretending that I'm not going to pretend that I'm Bryce's friend or anything like that, but I've interviewed him on 3 occasions in person, and what everybody tells, all the beats tell me and what everybody tells me is that he's a good dude. Like he'll approach a beat writer and be like, "Hey, do you need anything?" Like, in other words, you need to talk to me or you're writing something.
That's classy. That's classy.
He'll be like, there'll be nights where it's just like, nah, like, not tonight, guys. But then afterwards, he'll be like, do you need something? I'm sorry, I was just whatever. So he's actually a good dude.
Yeah.
For being a guy that was on the cover of Sports Illustrated at 16. And that's really what he's talking about. Here's Bryce Harper before the game on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every single year that I've ever played, since I was 7 years old, I've always, tried to be better than myself and be better each day. I was talking, to Go about it as well. It's every bar I set for myself, right, from the time I was 7 years old till now. Number 1 pick, Golden Spikes, high school player of the year, all those things. I mean, I said from the first time when I was 10 years old that I was going to be the number 1 pick to my dad, and I made it happen. So it's just I'm always chasing myself, trying to be better and trying to get better, trying to chase those dreams and aspirations that I have. And being 33, that's not going to change, right? So we're chasing one as a team right now, and my biggest thing on my mantle right now is not having a World Series.
It's funny when I turned 33. That's what I told my wife at the time. Like, this is who I am. I got to go out on Thursday nights. I'm not going to change because I'm 33. It's just how it is. But Bryce Harper is a little bit different operation there. I love it, John. Let me just dive in because it's not about chasing Shohei Ohtani. It's not about chasing a guy like Juan Soto who's getting this monster mega deal. And I get it. At the end all be all is money, and Harper wants to get that new contract. I understand it. But if we're talking about the fact he's coming up and saying, chasing the ghost of myself, like, dude, from the beginning, this guy was destined for Hall of Fame greatness, and he still is. He's a lock for Cooperstown. There's not many 33-year-old players that you could say that about that are still playing at this type of level, bar none. Any year, go back in history of Major League Baseball. So I look at Harper. I understand what he's saying. It's funny, yeah, chasing the ghost of myself. I know, like you said, the anti-Bryce people could have fun with that. But for my money, I know exactly what he's saying because he doesn't have to look at anybody else to compete, to raise his game. All he's got to look at is the mirror, at who's in the mirror, because that is a Hall of Fame player from day bleeping one when he was 14 years old.
Yep, chasing the ghost of himself. He mentions his age, and that's what this is all about. Wait, when you read, like you had said, when you were 33, but also like I'm turning 50 this year. And believe me, when now you start to think about, I'm turning 50. Like, Jesus, like, I'll be retired hopefully in like 10 or 15 years, right?
Yeah, right.
All this, yeah, you're right. I still have a life of a Wegmans card collector.
Yep.
But the point of it is, like, at some point, Joe Burrow's going to get to an age and say, I can't play for the Bengals anymore. I'm never going to win a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, you get to a point with a team as a professional where you say, I don't want to be here anymore. Or with Bryce Harper, you start saying, I'm 33. I was on the cover of Sports Illustrated, #1 pick, Golden Spikes. He was the next guy. And he knows he hasn't won a title. And he knows the Nationals won after he left.
He knows what's being said.
He knows what's being said. He's very aware of what's being said. And you know what? He pushes himself knowing that's the case. And that's him chasing the ghost of himself. He's chasing he needs to be a world champion. Otherwise, it's not going to be successful for him. And it's not. And it's really, when it's all said and done, will he feel like that? I don't know. That's how I would feel. If I was Bryce Harper, like you had said, he's going to hit, is he going to hit 500? He's going to Cooperstown. He's a great player, one of the great players from his generation. But if he doesn't win a championship, it's not going to validate him. And you start looking at those things when you're 33.
If he doesn't get a championship, his name is going to be up there with Barkley, Dan Marino, guys that never won it all.
Yeah, first thing I think of with Dan Marino is prolific passing quarterback, never won.
Never won a Super Bowl. Now, things have changed with the free agency and these super teams and all that, but, that list is long. Mike Trout's on that list. You think about James Harden. He's on that list. Like the greats. And it's a team game, but that's one of the first things that comes to our mind is we got to win a championship. That's the only thing that Bryce is missing at this point in time.
All right, let's go to the phones. We were asking for the best free agent signings in Philadelphia.
A lot of good ones.
Kyle Schwarber, is he on the top 5 list, Sean? He's on the top 5 list. Let's go to Tom, New Jersey. Tom, what's up?
Hey, good morning, guys.
What's up, buddy?
Glad you guys are back. Always been a fan. Happy Father's Day.
Thanks,
you
Tom.
too, man.
So people hating on Bryce is absolutely ridiculous. Like, this was such a fun weekend to just watch Phillies and see him and Schwarber go nuts. It was awesome. But people hating on Bryce just being aggressive is ridiculous. That's all I got. I'll be short. So I got Nnamdi Asomugha.
Oh, there he is. Nnamdi, yes.
Free agent. Dude, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know you are. Well, he would make the reverse list of that.
Yes, he would.
I'll do Jason Peters. He's got to be top 5.
So Jason Peters. So on this list, Sean, there will not be trades. Only free agent signings. Moses, before everybody says Moses Malone was a trade. Dr. J. Julius Irving. Oh, you gotta say Dr. J was a trade. I gotta look up Reggie White because I think he was a supplemental draft pick. So White
with a little bit of
would not qualify.
Not so checker pass like Sorsby. But
it was not for
it's a different
gambling.
day and age back in those days for Reggie White. I was reading a lot about it because I was thinking to myself, why would a quarterback specifically, just real quick on this, not go this route? Because all the attention and after the draft, it's all the focus. Like your draft grades have to go up because of the fact that there is not enough supply meeting the demand of the quarterback position. But there are rules against it. I guess Bernie Kosar went down this path. And then from there, that's when they said, okay, yeah, we understand. Like, we got to make some tweaks for the supplemental draft, or else this is the way the people are going to go.
Right? They're gonna trick the system.
Correct. Yeah. So I was reading a little bit about that over the weekend, but a lot of people are hot and heavy on Sorsby still, including the Jets. We'll see if they get a 1.
Yep. All right. Give us the voice memo. The Davis Honda text line 610-632-0975. This is just on the Phillies. Go ahead.
What's going on, fellas? It's Sean Bernard out in Manayunk checking in from Crossing Broad and
there he is.
Network. And it is hitting season again here in Philadelphia with the boys absolutely mashing right now. But the need for a right-handed bat has only been magnified as the season has gone on, with the Phillies' lack of prospects making it difficult to see a clear path to acquiring a top target, and the other roster issues further complicating things. I've found the solution. It is time to bring Nick Castellanos home. This isn't completely emptying your farm system for a guy you hope will work. This is pulling a guy away from the stands of Liam's Little League games that we have seen shine in the playoffs before. Cassie's biggest issues all had to do with Rob Thompson and his lack of baseball resume. Well, Topper is gone, and Donnie Baseball would like a word for what he has done in the sport. Adalis Garcia is not coming back. This is not an argument of Garcia versus Cassie. This is me feeling quite confident that the dude gives you a better chance than guys like Gabriel Rincones Jr. or Derek Hill. Sometimes to move forward, you have to go back. I mean, you're paying the dude already. Bring Cassie home.
How does that work? If you do bring him back, do you have to give him a new contract on top of it? I was thinking that,
He
right?
would get a new contract. So let's sign him to, what do you think, $5 million for the rest of the year?
You got to pay him twice. He's so bad. Please. You know what, Sean? It's such an idiotic take, and I say it with all love and affection. I want to see that. Yes, so we could pay him 2 times for how bad he is.
I'm sure fans would be okay with it. Because think about it. Remember how mad they were at the way the Phillies handled it? So the Phillies could, to make up for their missteps there, re-sign him and give him more money.
Let's do
Phillies
it.
fans would be happy then, right?
Let's do it. The only thing that's missing is a pardon. Ew.
No, he was watching Liam at a baseball tournament.
Look, I think Nick Castellanos, right? I think we know what he is.
He's over.
He's
done.
just not. He's not a good baseball player. He's just not.
His career's over.
Yes. Now, Riccone is fine. What was the other name he threw in there? Yeah, I would prefer to watch those two.
Hill.
Yeah. Please keep marching them out.
Yes.
Anything else in minor leagues, bring them up. Continue. You know, I was talking to Luke about that over the weekend, John, on Saturday's show, and he did say, because I kept on using my word creativity for Dombrowski, because they're not going to go out and sign the top guy, make a trade, top guy, whatever it may be. You have to get creative. And Luke's argument was he's been pretty creative this year with the fact that they continue to call up these new names and at least giving it a shot out there. I don't know if you agree with that or not. Would you say Dombrowski has been somewhat creative so far this season?
What's the alternative?
There you go.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, you're going into your farm system and you're bringing up your best guys to see if they can kind of be lightning in a bottle. What do you got, Dutz?
I mean, he's brought up guys with 6 ERAs.
Right. Well, I mean, sometimes you don't have a choice, but
I think that's more of what it is this year.
But don't you put that on him? Because those are, I know he's not drafting specifically, but that's his. You know, he has a huge part in it. Like that's where the creativity part lacks for me. Like he's calling up these guys because he has no other options. And the guys he's calling up aren't going to do the job. Like Bryce Wilson isn't going to do anything for you.
it's fairly obvious who they have to call up. He's not finding some diamond in a rough that was batting 210, and he said, "Nah, but at the majors, he's going to be great." No, Dave Dombrowski's did a poor job, and it's also with a team that has under Don Mattingly's 33-16, and the team that now we're 7 games over. Phillies are 7 games over 500. So keep in mind when I say he's done a poor job, he's still got a very good baseball team. Is that because of him? I mean, he didn't sign Zach Wheeler. He re-signed Chris Sanchez, but he didn't sign those. He didn't trade for those guys. The pieces are already here. Look what he added to this year's team. Look how bad he's fumbled the right field situation.
Had he drafted better, look how much better this team would have been. You would have been able to get so much more at the deadline, even in the offseason too. But they kept shopping Alec Boehm because they thought he was the next greatest thing for Crochet and Tucker and whoever. That was all his name. Well, the Phillies are offering Alec Boehm and somebody else
For this great player.
Yeah,
They're
for Garrett Crochet.
Listen, Boehm's quietly turned it around here.
Absolutely.
It might be a Boehm club coming up somewhere.
You better start it now.
Yeah, really.
I don't know if that's going to be here in July.
It's why July, next week. We'll see.
Start a damn starting rotation club. Like Wheeler and Sanchez. Are you kidding me? Again. How incredible is it?
So here's a take on Bryce, and I'll just keep it in general. It's probably what John Kincade is, because I don't want to promote everybody that has this take, because I don't believe it's genuine. I'm not saying that about John. That it was like, oh yeah, awesome, he got a cycle, but he was being selfish and trying to get a triple, which he had no business doing, and it was bad base running again by Bryce Harper.
Hey, come on now.
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. Even if that's true, that it was bad base running, and he's had instances of bad base running, and when he hit the ball, he said, "I'm getting a triple because I want the cycle." Guess what? Who the freak cares? The game was already at hand at that time, and he got caught up in the moment. And when you hit the ball into the gap, guess what you're going to try to do? You're going to try to get a triple. So he's not the first baseball player that tried to take an extra base because he was excited. And to act like he's this selfish player because he was going for a triple. He didn't hit a single and try to turn it into a triple. He hit something that went to the gap.
I would like that.
He tried. Right. Then I'd be mad. He hit a ball in the gap, and he needed a triple to get a cycle, and they were crushing the Mets.
Come on.
Who the hell didn't want him to get a triple there? That's my question. Who didn't want him to get a triple there?
Yeah, and it's right in his.
Shut up.
It's right in his vision too. As he's rounding first, he could see it breaking out. Of course, he knew he was going for three as soon as that ball was in the gap. The game was at hand, as you said. I cannot get down with that. It's the early. It's the fourth inning, third inning. It was third inning. It was the third inning. Really? Nah, man. Just let.
See, there was a lot of time. A lot of time could have happened. Yeah. But like. You can't live like a fan because, like I said, I don't even believe that it's something real. But if you legitimately had an issue because Bryce Harper tried to get the cycle and he should have stayed at second, and like that's what your talking point is, and that's what you're saying on social media or in the media, and you really believe that, I feel bad for you, man. Because I can tell you what, I enjoyed this entire weekend. I had a great weekend.
Yeah, you know what? Wasn't able to really dial in too much on Thursday. That was a good thing. Missed that game a little bit.
Yeah.
On to the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Loved every minute of it and watched both games. The only thing I didn't like was the fact that we didn't have McCarthy and Kruk on the call.
Bad broadcast. And you had said that you weren't so sure that Bryce Harper got a triple there.
Look, I would sign off on it if I was inside the scoring office at Citizens Bank Park yesterday on Saturday night. I'm signing off on it. I'm co-signing it. I'm not going to be the bad guy.
No.
I'm not going to be the bad guy.
He's backpedaling after saying it should have been ruled a triple. True or false?
If this game was played at Citi Field, I'm not signing off on a triple.
But that's not the way it works.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Screw the score. I hear what you're saying, that sometimes you have hometown flavor.
Correct. Just a little bit.
All right, well, just stand by with what you're saying.
I'm standing by that I would have signed off on a triple on Saturday night at Citizens Bank Park.
If they would have ruled it a double, what's your...
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, man. If he comes at me and says it's a double from the beginning...
Well, you would have had to say it's a double.
Yeah.
There you go. 610-632-0975.
Yeah, I'm saying it's a double. I am. I just... You know, like the first comment is I was like, oh, this is awesome. And the guy's like, in any other ballpark, that's not a triple. And I'm like, yeah, I agree, but it's Philly. Why not? There's some home flavoring. Oh, well. But if somebody in the hometown was saying, man, that's a double, I can't give him a triple there, I'm probably signing off on the double. Yeah, I think that's the correct call. But I'm okay with it. Why not? It goes into history books. You know what? They're going to be playing 142 in like 3 seasons. So you're going to take away 20 games. There goes that. Oh, by the way, in 2 years, you know what else is going to happen? A realignment.
That's going to happen.
Okay, so it's no more of the Braves, no more of the Nationals. It's going to be the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Phillies, and the Mets. So everything is out the window. Numbers don't matter anymore. Yeah, same. I'm all about it.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, like the NFL... After they go to 18 games, then there's going to be talk of 20 games. Major League Baseball is never talking about playing 170.
Everything changes.
It's always the other way.
Everything changes. You know that.
They're not doing 142.
No, because that would mean they're
not doing 170 though either.
No.
They don't need more.
I don't think 152 makes a difference. I guess if you were to look at the schedule and say you get an extra day here, that's fine from a player's perspective.
5 home games.
Yeah. I just wish they would do 142. I think 142 frees things up so much from you're not starting in March. We're playing games in March.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Right? And then, it just you're able to make the schedule work for you a little bit more throughout the course of a full season.
Well, listen, coming up, the Sixers draft, and Sean and I are going to be heading our coverage here at 97.5 The Fanatic on the 76ers draft. Pick-by-pick analysis tomorrow night on YouTube. We'll tell you about that coming up. But the Sixers draft is tomorrow. But the big story in the NBA, Giannis is getting moved, and it looks like he's getting moved to the Celtics. We'll give you the latest. Also, a big-time coaching hire in the NBA. Kind of came out of nowhere. That's coming up next. Middays with the Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Talking about elite, all-time Eagle talents. So I don't say this in a critical way, but I say it in a way in which the offensive line has had to play through some injuries, and it's aging. And are they going to hold up and hold together? If they do, it's going to be a great season. If they don't, it's not. To me, that's where it starts.
I think it was the San Luquito piece that came out with Carson Wentz, and
yeah.
So
yeah.
There was a lot of defense of Carson. I guess what I'm saying is, independent of Carson Wentz, does it feel like the Eagles have Jalen Hurts' back after everything that's been put out there in the media and everything?
I mean, I don't feel like they've run the bus over him, but I do remember when the Carson Wentz article came out, they went into a damage control mode. I think they had Carson meeting with some reporters afterward to give his side of the story and clear the air. And I don't know if their reaction this time around is a result of that, like a byproduct of, do we really have to do this every time, because it's really not necessary, or if it's because they just don't. I don't think it's because of their relationship with Jalen Hurts right now. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think that it's Philly. This is going to happen. Stories are going to come out. It's been coming out even before Carson. So you have different people in charge now too. It's not Doug Peterson and his crew anymore. So I thought Howie didn't do the greatest job of backing up Jalen Hurts, but I also didn't think he was rolling the. Some people interpreted it as that's messaging from Howie. I didn't interpret it that way at all.
With Lamar,
it's changed. You're right.
He's won the MVP and he's never made a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And Lamar's not 25 years old, right? Josh Allen, as far as I'm concerned, needs to start getting criticized. Because if you're going to hold everybody to the same standard, then guess what, Josh, you haven't been to a Super Bowl. It can't be the team's fault every time. Joe Burrow's took a terrible organization to the Super Bowl, right? So Joe Burrow, just by going to a Super Bowl, kind of gets checked off that list. It's like, all right, you're not in the same. No, like Justin Herbert. What are we doing here? Justin Herbert's not in this rookie contract.
Nope.
Justin Herbert's lost how many big games?
A lot.
A lot, right? Is it all his fault? It doesn't matter if it's all his fault. It doesn't matter. It's the quarterback. And Justin Herbert, how many playoff games has Justin Herbert won? Has he? Has he won one?
Didn't he just win one?
I think he won one.
I know he threw a bunch of interceptions in that one game against Houston. That was a loss, obviously. And then I think last year he was able to get a win, right? Let me pull that up.
All I'm saying is, at what point do these quarterbacks start getting criticized? Lamar Jackson's fair game. He's not winning the big game. That's a good organization. Now they have a new head coach coming in, and I like Lamar. The dude just needs to get to a Super Bowl. Period.
He hasn't won one.
He hasn't won. Are you crazy? And when people talk about Justin Herbert nationally, oh my God, Justin Herbert, what a great quarterback, what a great player. Even the one time we were talking about him on the air. After he lost the playoff game, it was like, oh, that's the offensive line. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
But where are the details on Jalen Hurts? The only details we worry about are Jalen Hurts. Lamar Jackson gets a little bit of it.
You know the saying up the creek.
All right, back middays with Marks. Got Mark Brace, Brendan Dutson for Ray. Did somebody put a dog tag on Ray before he went to Jamaica? Just to make sure.
We've actually heard from him.
If lost, please text or call with your number. You have to be his keeper.
No, he's not texting and tweeting and putting up content like John Clark is from his honeymoon about Philadelphia sports by no means, but Ray is on it.
Is he?
Who, Clark?
No, I can't be involved in what's going on.
John Clark had like a paragraph tweet this morning about I think the Sixers NBA draft from his honeymoon.
I think he is someone that works for
I'm like, yo, Clark, you can tap out, man.
Because the Dove Kleeman, someone bought that Dove Kleeman NFL bot. It used to be a real dude. It's not the same dude. He sold it.
Yeah.
So who knows who's doing it? There's no way John Clark's doing that heavy tweeting.
All right.
At least I don't think so.
Here's the deal, boys. It's the first yellow card handed out here on Middays at Marks. First yellow card handed out Middays at Marks. And it goes to John Clark. Clark, put the phone down. It's your honeymoon.
All right, so do this. It's Duts. Let's get it up on the 97.5 site too, or the Twitter page too. Do we believe John Clark's actually tweeting on his honeymoon?
I do.
Or is somebody else doing it? Does he have a paid person doing it? So the choices are John Clark's doing it or paid person's doing it.
I do. I think
not paid person, but employee.
Yeah, employee. Which, you know what? I hope it's the latter. I do. I hope it's the latter. I do.
I just can't imagine him okay, you're taking you put pictures and stuff on Instagram and on Twitter from your vacation, and maybe if there's a big story that happens, like Schwarber hitting 3 home runs, all right, maybe he can't help himself. But drivel draft tweet. You don't need a drivel draft tweet on your honeymoon.
I got to give myself a yellow card. Sorry. It's Phillies. It was Phillies related. It was Kyle Schwarber has hit 4 home runs in the last 2 games. He leads baseball at 29 home runs. He did one at 7 hours ago. Time change over there. And then 8 hours of change. So he had 2 tweets about the Phillies in the past, less than 24 hours. Again, you're on the honeymoon. I think it's probably.
Well, that may be John Clark then. So that information changes the. I don't even know if you need to put
a
up
straight red. Then
that's a red card on.
Yes.
Yep. All right. I could see him doing that, but I mean, if you're doing Sixer draft stuff,
yeah.
If he's heavy on the Sixer draft tweets tomorrow night, then I'm going to think because honestly, why wouldn't you get? He's making a lot of money off having the blue check mark.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer to himself. He's getting inducted every year, something new.
I love John Clark.
Yeah,
he's an animal.
He better have a team helping him out.
I think he has a team.
Well, that's good. That's smart.
I need a team. Can you help me out with a team? I need people. All right, real fast here on the 11 o'clock. Sean Brace was all over town over the weekend with the World Cup.
Oh, yeah.
He gives us an update on everything. Back to Bryce Harper, because I called Kincade a Harper hater. Via the text message. Before the game on Saturday, when talked about his philosophy base running, that is what I reacted to. And yes, it was selfish. And yes, he doesn't give a damn about fundamentals. And yes, he does things selfishly. That's what I reacted to. All right.
Hate to do it. John Kincade gets the second yellow card here on the day. Early. Quick. He gets the second. He's getting a yellow card at that time.
In that moment, is it possible to be selfish in that moment? I guess it is because
No.
I guess in a situation like that, it is, but I don't think he thought he was going to get thrown out of third. I thought after the ball left the bat, he was going for 3. And to call him selfish for that play right there is ridiculous. Sorry. It is. If that's the way you look at it, that means you're not enjoying the moment. And I enjoyed the moment like hell. It was great.
Oh, yeah, it was. I can't. Yeah, he definitely thought he was getting there. No doubt about it. I don't think he cared one way or the other.
He wasn't looking at third base for this?
No, there was definitely no signs that were stopping him one bit. And like we said, the game, I know it was only the 3rd inning, but they were lighting it up. Think about the success that he had. It's his 4th at bat. And he's like, man, for the first time in my career, I can get a hit for the cycle, and it's my 4th at bat here, and all I need is a triple. Boom, he rips it. It finds the gap. Yeah, he's thinking 3 all the way.
Off the bat, he's thinking 3.
Absolutely.
And there wasn't much at that point that was going to change it. If you want to label him selfish for that, that all that means is that you didn't enjoy the moment because he would have been thrown out of third. I think everybody would acknowledge that. Who cares?
Yeah, I do think there are times that Bryce needs to be a little bit smarter on the base path,
Oh, for sure.
but not when the game is like reaching a blowout point.
It's a fair criticism of him doing that play. The reaction of not enjoying it is where I'm just like, well, why even watch sports if you're gonna? It means that you don't like Bryce. You're predisposed not to like Bryce Harper. Either you just can't, you don't like that kind of stuff, or he's like, refused an interview or something. I'm not saying that with John. I'm saying that with some other people. I'm not really sure. I just don't know why you would look at it that way.
Yeah, I think some of the people just didn't like the over the top Philly, like forcing it. Oh, he's now a Philadelphia guy, and that rubbed people the wrong way. Like some of those old school mentality brains.
No, I know. Like, why would you want your star player to come in and embrace the sports culture and the fans and everything else?
Yeah,
you'd much rather have them not available and not talking to the media and not trying to become friendly with the city.
Like Juan Soto.
Yes, that's right. Let's do it like Juan Soto. Seriously, let's do it like Juan Soto instead. Yeah, you know what? That goddamn Bryce Harper. I can't believe he came into Philadelphia and he wore Fanatic cleats. Oh! That son of a unbelievable, man. He shouldn't have spoken to anybody. He shouldn't have went out in the community. He shouldn't have tried to become one of us.
Can I give a shout out to Freddie Peralta for the New York Mets in that game?
Through batting practice.
Did something that's never been done before in the history of the game. This is according to Pitcher Gami. Freddie Peralta just threw a line that has never happened in Major League Baseball history. 2 2/3, 10 hits, 10 earned runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. That's the 197th Pitcher Gami of 2026 and one of over 83,000 plus of unique lines on record. So also known as a triple-double. 2 2/3, 10 hits, 10 earned. Not good for Freddie.
Impressive. All right, so a couple things, and we'll circle back to this in next hour or coming up next segment. But the big story in the NBA is Giannis is getting moved, according to everybody, including Shams. Do you have Windhorst or Shams on it? Windhorst, go ahead.
I'll tell you this. I was really skeptical that the Boston Celtics were going to go all in on this. And from what I understand, they have. The Celtics and the Heat are the two teams aggressively going after Giannis. I would say they're the finalists. And if Giannis is going to be traded in the next 24 hours, which I think is a good chance of happening, I think it's either going to be to Boston or Miami. The Boston thing is the one. They were very cautious about putting Jaylen Brown in this an official firm offer. I believe they have. Jaylen Brown is on the table, and Jaylen Brown could get traded for Giannis Antetokounmpo in the short term. I'll tell you this.
He will tell us that.
Yep, I think he's going to Boston because that's a more attractive package. I'd rather have Jaylen Brown than Tyler Hero or whatever else they're trying to do down there and draft picks. Jaylen Brown's legit 1A.
Yes. If you're Milwaukee, though, what is the best recipe for you long term?
I don't know enough about their roster and where they're at.
That's my point. I just feel like it would be more beneficial for a team that is in Milwaukee to sit there and say, I get it, the NBA, I understand how it works, you need a superstar, so on and so forth, but not everybody can compete for a championship. And I just don't think that's in Milwaukee's cards, even if they get Jaylen Brown. So I think it's more beneficial for Milwaukee to fetch enough as far as in the draft, things that you could do with younger players. And if that's a better package for Miami, then so be it. I think that's probably more of the right way to look at this. However, I do want to bring this up. Haslam, follow me on this, is the owner of Milwaukee, but he is also the owner of the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns were just involved in a trade. Myles Garrett. Right. Apparently, the big thing was Jared Verse. That was the huge deal where Haslam needed a player in return that he can build around. That was his mind. So people are trying they're trying to connect the dots that's why they expect a bigger player to be involved in this, and it could be Jaylen Brown.
Because it'd be Hero and a couple of players, and then they have the 13th overall pick in this year's draft. This is the Heat. They have the 13th pick, and then they can do the pick swaps. Really, like, all that other stuff is all that other stuff. Like, the 13th pick in the draft, you have to give me something. Mm-hmm. Hero's a nice player. Who would you rather have? Hero or Jaylen Brown?
That's easy.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So, I mean, that's all I care about then. I would rather have the player. To your point, if the team's ready to wave the white flag, what do they care? They're just wasting having Jaylen Brown on a bad team. But it's a good point with Haslam. All right, coming back, more on the Giannis stuff, and we have a head coaching hire in the NBA that's interesting. Also, Sean Brace. Sean about town.
Freedom!
World Cup.
I don't have a voice.
I bet you know. His update, World Cup update, USA is going to be advancing. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now, on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Phillies take down the Mets. I'm Brandon Dutz, and this update is brought to you by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, develops better athletes and better people through sports. Info at positivecoach.org. The Phillies took the series from the Mets behind yet another strong offensive performance, with Kyle Schwarber going yard yet again.
You weren't pitching, were you? Oh, boy. Kyle Schwarber's done it again in a mammoth way.
Schwarber ended that series with 4 home runs, and the Phils will head out to D.C. to start a 4-game set with the Nationals. The Phillies have yet to name a starter for today's game. It would have been Andrew Painter turning the rotation, but before he was sent back to Lehigh Valley. It'll be a busy week for both the 76ers and Flyers, with the NBA draft on Tuesday and the NHL draft on Friday. 76ers hold the 22nd pick and the Flyers hold the 21st pick. And the U.S. men's team took down Australia on Friday and have advanced to the round of 32, winning their group for the first time since 2010. This update is also brought to you by the McComb Group. Visit themccombgroup.com. The McComb Group supports contractors with one of the largest PVF inventories. From pipe, valve, and fittings to trusted brands, count on the McComb Group to help you stay on schedule. Visit McCombGroup.com today. I'm Brandon Dutz on the home of the 76ers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Without a paddle?
Yeah. I love how everybody's like, go get Mike Trout, go get this guy, go get that guy, go get Christian Walker. What the hell are you going to trade for him?
Well, then that leads me to my next question for you.
Unbelievable.
When you look at their top 10 prospects,
yep,
talking about the Phillies, Aiden Miller still ranked number 1, although he's hurt. And number 2, quickly rising up the ranks, is Gage Wood. Would either one of those guys be untouchable for you at this deadline if it meant you could get that impact outfielder? Would you trade Gage Wood? Would you trade Aiden Miller? Because here's where I am, Ricky, before you answer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very concerned about the future of the Philadelphia Phillies, right? I'm very concerned that the farm system has been depleted. But at the same time, I don't believe it's going to be Gage Wood that's going to make or break this team 3 or 4 years from now. Because guess what happens 3 or 4 years from now? You got a lot of old guys on this team.
And
so you need to go all in now because it's your best chance in the next 5 years. If they don't go all in at this deadline and do everything possible to fix this lineup or fix the back end of the bullpen before Duran, maybe even get another starter, you're not going to win a World Series. And if you don't win a World Series this season, there could be a lockout next year. You might not have Zach Wheeler in 2028. Harper's going to be 2 years older. Schwarber's going to be 2 years older. Realmuto's going to be 2 years older. Trey Turner's going to be 2 years older. Like, you see where if you don't do it this year, the future does not look bright for the Philadelphia Phillies, and you don't have any prospects that are coming to save the day. So it's weird because I'm not sure, even if they go out at the deadline and they get an impact bat in the outfield or they get another reliever, that they're even going to be good enough to beat the Dodgers at that point. But I think you are forced, if you're Dombrowski, to at least try.
Should the Phillies trade for Mike Trout? Should the Phillies trade for Scooble? Because you know what? Here, kids, the Phillies don't have what it takes to get either player. Spoiler alert, they don't have the quality of talent that it would take to get the 2 most sought-after players that could be available at the trade deadline. Now, there will be a lot of gas bags in this market. Hopefully they're not in this building that will tell you, oh, They should go get Scooble. They should go get Mike Trout. They can't get Mike Trout. Here's the reason. The Phillies have problems right now. Can they go to their minor league system and go get some top prospects? Somebody to call up that everybody would say, hey, this could solve a problem? Andrew was just talking about it. Hell no. It looks like the picked-over shelves at a Giant the day before a blizzard. They got nobody. Nobody's coming to save the day from the minor league system. There is nothing coming to help the problem. So if you don't have prospects that are ready to come up and ready to help you at the major league level, how do you think you are going to be able to get one of the top pitchers on the market or top players on the market? Especially one of the top players on the market who has every opportunity in his entire career to come here and play and has rejected it. Could have found his way here on his own and rejected it. Would rather play in anonymity in the shadow of Disneyland. No. What it is the Phillies don't have it. You know who does? The Dodgers, the Braves, the Yankees, other franchises who are contenders that are right now, by the way, teams that are better.
All right, we're back. Middays. Marks, Brace, Dutsy, Negative Nate, Shukri Wrights is in the house, the whole crew on a Monday morning. Hope everybody out there, all the dads out there, had a nice Father's Day. Sean Brace, happy Father's Day.
Oh, right back at you, Johnny. Hopefully you had a good one. You deserve it.
What did I do? Oh, we had softball, and then I did a 7:15 workout.
Nice. A PM?
7:15 a.m. on Sunday morning.
All right.
And then we made breakfast.
Nice.
And then we had a softball game.
Who made breakfast?
I made it.
I mean, it's Father's Day. You're not supposed to do anything.
She tried to.
Oh, okay.
Well,
You're one of those.
Well, she's like, what do you want me to do? And it's like, I just want you to. So, Dots, everybody had aprons on. I'm such a.
I got to give you the yellow card.
My dad's the same way. My dad's the same way.
I'm not. My wife was like, do you want me to make you a sandwich? Hell yeah, woman. Nah, I get it.
See, now, what my mom did was my dad gets up early like you do, so she just makes him breakfast the day before, and he heats it up. That way she doesn't have to get up early because he doesn't want to wait for us.
Wait.
That's so sweet.
Eggs the day before, warmed
Waffles.
up? Waffles. Waffles.
But the point was, he wakes up at 5 and he wants to eat early.
Correct.
And you guys don't. You shouldn't have to get up at 5 o'clock and eat breakfast with him, even on Father's Day. That seems extreme.
Yeah, it's the thought that counts. Nice work, Mom.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I don't even think we got a picture, but I have aprons for everybody. So the aprons were from a birthday party, so I didn't get them specifically made for this, but they all have their names on them. And then I bought a apron for my wife and me. It says "My Sweet Potato," and then hers says "I Am."
I like that.
Funny.
Yeah,
so
nice.
we all put the aprons on and we made breakfast together. The girls were cracking eggs and then they were stirring them up, whisking them up.
Can I crack the egg? Sure.
Yeah.
And then it's all over the place. Yeah. Just give me the damn thing.
Eggshells in the bowl. I got to fish it out with my finger. My wife's like, "Are your hands clean?" And I'm like, "Yeah, my hands are clean. I
Happy
washed them." It was great.
Yeah.
No, but it was good. And then softball game, and then we went to the pool until like 6 o'clock.
There you go. Yeah, we went to
Great
the
day.
pool and then closed up shop at the boathouse where my 1-year-old was not chilling. So I was outside with them the whole time. Fun times. It's great. Kids, love it. We get a day out of the year, though. Nice.
Did you make your dad a homemade card, Dutsy?
Yep. I did indeed.
Good for
I
you.
wrote him a letter. Indeed.
Oh, very nice.
Good for you.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Very nice of you.
Correct.
All right. Well, I hope all the dads out there had a good time, Sean.
Amen to that.
But Sean had a good time on Father's Day. But, oh, boy, what was he doing before that, Sean Brace?
Hit me! Hey, ladies and gentlemen, come on down and allow me to catch you up on all things World Cup. John, we're going to open up with what took place on Friday following our show. Team USA returned to the pitch, 3 p.m. in Seattle, where they welcomed a pesky Aussie team, a team that ran its yap. They were calling us the C word. There was one player from Australia that said, I've never wanted to beat a team more. We're not talking. They were. They thought they could out-physical the Stars and Stripes. None of it mattered. We got on the pitch, pedal to the metal, and, of course, scored early and never looked back.
Anderson! The USA score early again! And it's another own goal! Cameron Burgess puts it into his own net! For a second game in a row at this tournament, the USA force an own goal.
It sounds like he was like holding one in as he was on that call. Who does number 2 work for? I kid. With that being said, how about it? And Team USA would throw up another goal, 2-0. They come away with the victory. Now, it wasn't the perfect game. It got a little sloppy in the second half. Big storyline, though, John. We talked about Christian Pulisic. He did not play.
Did not.
So let's just shine the light on this. All right? It was a 2-0 clean sheet in a World Cup game by your Team USA, all right, without its best player. I don't want to hear anything more. I don't want to hear anything less. What a day. What a great game it was. And Team USA rolls on. One more game left in the group stage. They play Thursday night at 10 p.m. That game does not matter because Team USA has won their group. Team USA has officially advanced to the round of 32, which is knockout, whole different ball game. I believe their first game will be on July 1. Opponent, TBD. But
July 1st.
July 1st is the first game of the knockout round. So we got one more game of group stage, which is which is this Thursday at 10 p.m.
And then you got to wait another week.
We're playing in Turkey. Now, people are starting to pronounce it 3 different ways. For my money, the big geography major I am,
I don't get this.
it's Turkey. Okay,
What are the other versions?
Turkey? Turkey.
Yeah, you can't
Turkey.
ask me to do that right now.
Yeah, it's very weird. All right, so that was Team USA. We are rolling. And I'll just end on this, John. I just want you, they're telling us to dream big. They're throwing the cliche of why not us, right? And I never allowed that to enter my brain ever. But here we are. And I'm a guy that's fixated on the odds. I fire up DraftKings Sportsbook. Oh, by the way, our 11 o'clock sponsor, John Marks, the DraftKings Sportsbook sponsoring the 11 o'clock hour here on Middays with Marks. Make sure you stay tuned because you hear all about DK and what it has to offer throughout the show. Once again, DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. John, to make a run at this thing, you're looking at some serious odds in favor of Team USA. So that's where I'm at, right? Like to reach the quarterfinal for Team USA right here, right now, plus 105. What are the odds makers telling you that with that number?
Plus 105?
Yeah.
It's a USA line.
Correct. That means they're going to reach the quarterfinal, to reach the semifinal, which is the Final Four of the World Cup. Team USA, plus 425. Little extended, but where it was, we're talking about the best of the best. Odds makers are really saying that Team USA has a chance to make a run, and a lot has to do with the way the draw has broken out. There will be one team, one possible team, from my estimation, that would be favored over Team USA, and it would be Belgium. Even then, they're gettable, though. Belgium's a little long in the tooth, a little older team.
Right.
So, I think that Team USA, if they have their head on the shoulders, could make this thing interesting, man.
So FIFA said, hey, let's give you an easier road than we had to.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody is going to connect the dots on something.
But you're telling me that doesn't happen in the tournament? They're not putting games to where it's like, all right, let's give them come on. It happens all the time.
A lot of luck has played in USA's favor. One is just this interesting nugget. They played friendlies last 18 months. Just by chance, they scheduled the 3 teams that they were up against, Turkey, Paraguay, and Australia. They've already scrimmaged them in the last 18 months. Pretty crazy how that broke out. But regardless, you got to get out there, you got to dance with the devil, and you got to win these games. And they're doing it, man. They're doing it. 2-0 clean sheet in a World Cup game. I don't care who the opponent is. All right.
I was just talking clean sheet with Dutsy before the show.
You got clean drawers on?
Sure
all right.
do.
That's all that matters. With that being said, staying with Friday. Folks, I kid you not. It was one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. Bar none, the craziest thing I've ever seen at Stateside Live, formerly Xfinity Live. The Brazilian people, somebody texted me, I didn't know Brazil traveled that well. There's a lot of damn Brazilian people in the world.
You're right.
They were all here in South Philadelphia on Friday. I left Live Casino at 8:30. Brazil kicked off.
So you did the soccer show 6:30, 8:30.
Correct. I leave there. Dude, the place was filled with nothing Brazilian people. Good. Hey, look, you think about Brazilian women? I'm just letting you know, Brazilian dudes are pretty good looking, too.
Is that right?
Oh, well manicured, eyebrows tight. I mean,
did you catch yourself a couple times looking?
The sex was just walking around the shop. I mean, it was just beautiful people everywhere. Anyways, so I leave, and I stumble over to Stateside because I was like, I'm in the area. Let me go see what this is all about. John, I kid you not. I go all the way to the back because they make you enter where the new area is. Boom. Just nothing but gold jerseys everywhere. Watching the game. I go inside. You couldn't move. Oh, by the way, there's 70,000 fans in the stadium across the street that were just in that area before. It was the most chaotic scene I've ever seen down there at Xfinity Live. Unbelievable.
Shopper 6 was overhead, and that's I saw that. I'm just like, well, it doesn't end. The sea of people doesn't end. And I guess it was the outside part of Stateside.
Unbelievable. It's the only word I
tens
can
of
give
thousands of people.
They hung a sign down, and everybody was happy. It was Brazil and Haiti. They were singing, dancing, culture front and center. Just what a time to be alive down there. I mean that sincerely. It really was cool.
Now, today, tens of Iraqis are expected to be down there.
They were at the Art Museum.
Yeah, they'll be there. They'll have a nice crowd for sure.
Now, they're not as big as France, but yes. And, oh, by the way, people, I'll be out and about today watching the game 5 to 7 with Modelo Match Nights. The show rolls on. Formerly, I was telling you that it was going off at Morgan's Pier, excuse me.
They changed the venue.
Due to some of the weather that could potentially be affecting us this afternoon, we are now moving it to Kraft Hall. So come on out to Kraft Hall from 5 to 7 to catch all the action today. Modelo's Match Nights.
They do, but they play through the rain?
No lightning? Yes.
But they have hydration breaks now, I heard.
Get that money.
Yeah, I know.
I think it was $250 million because of the hydration breaks thrown in with the
extra commercials. Yeah, I mean, listen.
FIFA ain't no dummy.
Nope.
But Team USA, John, you got to believe. The eagle is flying high above right now.
And there's nobody in Philadelphia media right now working harder than Sean Brace.
Oh, thank you.
Man, Sean's here at all hours of the day.
He could be on the air. He could be at an appearance. He could be DJing. He could be doing a soccer broadcast. I've never seen anything like it. Believe me, I enjoy not doing anything.
I mean, I was in a yellow jersey getting tossed around in my banana outfit on Friday night. It was crazy. What a time down there. No, I honestly just... If you have an opportunity, there's like 4 more games in Philly. Just you don't have to go into the stadium. Go down to Stateside. Go down to the area.
Go in the city before the game and then just take the sub down, and you'll get a real taste for it.
Unbelievable. Yeah, the real taste. France was out there at the Art Museum steps.
A lot more smoking cigarettes than good-looking people.
Oui.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, man, you're talking about a team that could potentially win it all. In France, Brazil. That's the tough part. Is like I love USA and I'm pulling, but man, then you watch Brazil play. I don't know. We got anybody that can keep up with them.
It's kind of like the Hurricanes when the Flyers are like, "Wow, we just beat Flyers just beat the Penguins." And then you see the Hurricanes.
I mean, I think we could build a wall on the backside and play some defense for 90, maybe. But Brazil looked like they played a different game on Friday night.
All right, well, Sean, congratulations, great weekend.
Thank you, man.
Let's
keep it moving.
Cup. All right, so earlier we brought up Brendan Sorsby, the Texas Tech quarterback that actually never played for Texas Tech and is in the supplemental draft. Anybody can draft him in the supplemental draft. And do people expect the Eagles to be sniffing around? That's what Paul, Northeast Philly, wants to talk about. Go ahead, Paul. How are you?
Hey, guys. How are you?
Hi, Paul.
I'm good. How are you?
I think his name will be the biggest name in Philadelphia in 2 weeks. I think he's better than any quarterback. Maybe not Mendoza, but every other quarterback that was drafted in this year's draft.
Potentially. Now, did you study his game tape, or what's your go-to?
Yeah,
moment?
I was a fan of this kid. I was a fan of this kid, and I was kind of blown away when I heard the gambling thing going on and what have you. But besides his dimensions, he's got a cannon for an arm. He's really athletic, 6'3", 240, the whole ball wax. I mean, he can make every throw. I think this kid, we would not be able to get him unless we package both ones next year up in the draft if he was to come out next year. Him being in the supplemental draft, everybody puts in the silent auction, and each general manager puts it in.
Yeah, you wonder, Paul. You wonder, like where he's going to go. Is this a second? Is it a third? So does this mean you're not in Club Hurts? I don't know if you know. Sean is the president of Club Hurts. It's a Jalen Hurts fan club.
Yeah, what's
Doesn't
up?
sound like you're a big Hurts fan.
I'm not saying that Hurts isn't a winner, and he's done a lot for our organization.
Okay.
I'm just saying there's a new regime. Every time he hiccups and does something wrong, it's Jalen's fault. A lot of times these guys will go with their own guy, which is a new quarterback in town. Howie loves quarterbacks.
But I mean and I appreciate it.
It
Paul.
sounded like Paul was actually in the club more and more he talked. Just saying.
Oh, so hold on. You're not agreeing with it? You're seeing the writing on the wall.
I'm seeing the writing on the wall that they will move out Jalen Hurts after this year.
Ooh, all right. Listen, you're not alone in that thinking. So, honest question. Do you think the Eagles are considering, because like Paul had said, so if you don't know how the supplemental draft works, Sorsby was going to go to Texas Tech because of the gambling stuff. He was ruled ineligible, and then they were fighting in court. So he said, screw it, I'm just going to go play in the NFL. So teams now, they'll go in the first round. If you want to give up next year's first-round draft pick, you can put in a bid, a silent bid, and say, okay, first round. You could do second round. You could do third round. And the teams don't know. This is all silent.
Yep.
It's like a silent auction.
I dig it.
So the highest bid that is put in, the Eagles may say, you know what? We'll do a third-round draft pick. And if he's there in the third round, boom. Like, that's worth it for us.
And just to let you know, if there's two picks, if a team has two picks, it's your pick that goes.
Not the other pick.
Not
correct.
the other. Yeah, so that's how that puts that to rest. So, and you're talking about a year next year. Could have Arch. Could have Moore right at the top of the list. So if you're the Jets, who are the ones that seem to be hot and heavy now, would you give up a first-round pick to get Sorsby when you could potentially have a disaster season and be selecting Arch or Moore from Oregon?
Arch could also go back to school. Peyton Manning did it.
You never know. He's a Manning.
You think he wants to go play for the Jets?
Plus, they're making good money.
They're
in
making big
college.
money. That's the difference. Sorsby is going to make $6 million this year. Because I saw a lot of people say,
still made $2.
Yeah, I know. He still kept money.
It. Yeah.
But a lot of people, I read, Mike Florio wrote about this over the weekend, that said, like, oh, well, Sorsby wouldn't even have been a first-round draft pick last year. Yeah, but what would he be this year? That's really what you have to ask after he played this year, because Mendoza wasn't the first overall pick before he played this year.
No.
All these teams, Joe Burrow wasn't really on the radar before he had that year. And I'm not saying that he's that kind of player. Frankly, I have no idea. I don't think I ever watched him play. And if I did, I certainly didn't remember his name.
Yes, he had a good season with Cincinnati. He had 27 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He does have everything you're saying about him to our last caller, Paul. But what is the big difference when it comes to quarterbacks that are successful in college, that have everything you just said, the attributes, and then they get to the NFL? What's the big difference? Why are they not successful at the next level, John? Do you have an answer to that?
Yeah, they don't process
information,
and they can't run the offense.
Here, the brain. So this brain on Brendan Sorsby, for my money, with everything that's followed him, I'm questioning it. He's not the smartest dude. He made some terrible decisions. Now, should that cost him his career?
No, it won't.
It has other people. Pete Rose wasn't able to play ever again. Pete Rose was banned. He crossed the line. I don't care if he did it in college. He bet on his teams. He bet on the sport he plays. He should be banned, but he's not. It's 2026. I'm not here to say that he needs to be banned. That's fine. But I'm not drafting him. And I don't think Howie Roseman will either.
Yeah, I think I saw the Jets. Was it the Jets that they said it's not worth it? It's not worth everything that comes with them? Because he could be completely fine and never gamble again.
Sure.
And I honestly, I think that there's a much better chance of that happening than you finding out that he was betting on football games again. But anything could happen.
Yeah, get him a podcast with Craig Carton. Have those two stunads do a show together.
That would be a good show.
There you go.
For sure.
Talk about anti-gambling takes while they're making gambling money. You got to love it.
Dutch, where do you think he gets drafted? What round?
I would say third.
So you think he goes 3? I don't think he goes 3. I think he goes 2.
Just the baggage with him is just too much. Like you're talking about New York, like I know they're not going to do it, but bringing him into the New York media would be a disaster.
That's why I don't think he can do it. And with a good quarterback class next year.
And I think people know that, which is why they'll put a lower bid on him. I don't think he's a
Eagles?
solid commodity. I don't think so. I just think Howie wants to avoid all the baggage with him. I think it's going to be a smaller market team.
I'm less worried about the baggage, and if they evaluate him to be, he's a special talent? Of course they should. They drafted Jalen Hurts with the 53rd overall pick. They drafted Kevin Cobb because Donovan McNabb couldn't stay healthy. There was a reason why Carson Wentz they didn't trust. He had the health issues. Donovan McNabb couldn't stay healthy. They drafted Cobb because they liked him, and it's like there's our backup and maybe our future quarterback. Why wouldn't they do that right now? Tanner McKee's not their future quarterback. Do we agree on that?
Correct.
No.
You're also entering a strong draft class.
No, yeah,
too.
we agree.
We agree on that.
We agree.
All
on
right.
that, yeah.
If Andy Dalton wasn't on the team this year, is that the biggest deal in the world?
No.
Right. No. If Jalen Hurts goes down and McKee has to come in, I would say that he would do similar to Andy Dalton. So you don't have to have Andy Dalton on the team this year. If you can get Sorsby for a third-round draft pick and your evaluation is this kid is legit, I don't know how you don't draft him. And I get it. The gambling stuff, but once you come in and then you do that, with the Jets, he'd be considered the savior of the franchise. He comes into Philadelphia as a backup.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I just, again, you're making sense. I look at it from Howie's perspective. It just doesn't seem like that's a Howie type of move as far as character is concerned.
No, I
like Jalen Hurts was selected there, right? But
I don't think they're going to do it.
We know what Jalen was behind the scenes. Both organizations.
It's easy for me to say that I'm not worried about the gambling things
until he's hit send on my promo code.
Right. Maybe Howie and Jeffrey Lurie and Big Dom have more concerns than me.
Like, you just take a look at that. This wasn't a one-off. Like, hey, I'm at the center. Let me throw a parlay on the Lakers. I'm going to this. That wasn't this case. No, he gambled a ton.
He was an addict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wish him well, but not here in Philly.
All right, coming up, the latest on Giannis. We texted it. We teased it earlier. Where is he going to go? And the Sixers draft and this new coach in the NBA. Middays and Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Oh, but first, hey, it's me again, Sean Brace, and I want to see you tonight at Craft Hall on Delaware Ave in Philly for a Modelo match night with 97.5 The Fanatic. The action kicking off at 5 p.m., so get there early, grab a seat, settle in, and before the unbeatable atmosphere rolls in as we're raising ice-cold Modelos with fellow fans. Craft Hall serving up $6 Modelo drafts and $20 Modelo pitchers all event long. We'll have exclusive Modelo and Fanatic giveaways. I'm telling you, I was there on Saturday with them, too. We had some really cool stuff to give away. So trust me, if you're in the area, this is the place to catch the action. We got France. We got Iraq. This is the battle we've all been waiting for, and it's taking place right here in Philadelphia. So I want to see you tonight, 5 p.m. at Craft Hall on Delaware Ave for Modelo. Go! Match nights. All the details can be found at 975thefanatic.com. Modelo Match Nights presented by Modelo and The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Phillies win the series. I'm Brandon Dutz, and the Phillies took the series from the Mets behind another strong offensive performance with Kyle Schwarber going yard yet again.
You weren't pitching, were you? Oh, boy. Kyle Schwarber's done it again in a mammoth way.
Schwarber ended the series with 4 home runs, and the Phils will head out to D.C. to start a 4-game set with the Nationals. They have yet to name a starter for today's game. It would have been Andrew Painter's turn in the rotation before he was sent back to Lehigh Valley. This will be a busy week for both the 76ers and the Flyers, with the NBA draft on Tuesday and the NHL draft on Friday. 76ers hold the 22nd pick, and the Flyers hold the 21st pick. There was also a big-time deal in the NHL yesterday with the Senators sending Brady Tkachuk to the Panthers for 3 first-round picks and a second-round pick. And the U.S. men's team took down Australia on Friday and have advanced to the round of 32, winning their group for the first time since 2010. This update is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, develops better athletes and better people through sports. Info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandon Dutz on the home of the 76ers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic app.
First of all, starting the tweet with sorry Philly fans. Like, what are you sorry about? Like, what do we need to be sorry about? Like, the New York Knicks fans who looked like absolute trash half of this finals, and I know it's not all of them, half of this finals doing the stuff they were doing in the streets, beating people up, doing all this ridiculous stuff, that, number one, we're supposed to feel good for them? Or how about the fans that came down to Xfinity Mobile Arena and they chanted bleep and bead as loud as they possibly could every single time they were in the building? We're supposed to feel good for them? And then even if they didn't do any of that stuff, even if they were the greatest fans in the world, we're Philadelphia. That's New York. New York looks down on this city. They've always looked down on this city. They've always accused us of being a second-rate city. We're supposed to feel good? Oh, but poor Knicks fans. They've waited since 1973, and if you don't appreciate that, you don't like sports. Get the hell out of here with that. I'm not going to feel good for these ridiculous Knicks fans. Do you think those Knicks fans felt good for Philadelphia in Super Bowl 52? Were they out on the street saying, wow, look how united the city of Philadelphia is. Yay, Philly. Yay. Come on with that stuff. Get out of here. And every fan is coming at Sealski, and they're right. Like, don't lecture the city of Philadelphia. With what we've had to put up with from New York, we're now supposed to be, yay, Knicks fans. Like, I appreciate what Brunson did and Josh Hart and Karl Anthony Towns and OG Anunoby. Like, I feel good for the players. I feel good for the players. They deserved it. They earned it. They're a likable team. But to sit here and lecture the Philadelphia fans that we're supposed to feel good for the Knicks fans? Come on, Mike.
So let's do that. Now, Andrew Salciunas has the day off today. It is not because of a clip that went viral from our show last week about Jalen Hurts. He's got regular vacation, but he was getting ripped because he said his number one question for the Eagles this year is about Jalen Hurts' performance at the quarterback position with the change in offense, Sean Mannion now taking over. What is your evaluation of that? Is that your number one question?
My number one question for this team this year would be if the offensive line can stay healthy and hold up. And it's not a very sexy question, right? Like, if the offensive line isn't healthy, we can't get Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens and Lane Johnson back to health. I don't care what plays Sean Mannion's calling. They're not going to have much of a chance. The offensive line has to be better. It has to be healthier. They've been the foundation of that team for so long. They've been responsible for so much success. We're talking about elite, all-time Eagle talents. So I don't say this in a critical way, but I say it in a way in which the offensive line has had to play through some injuries, and it's aging. And are they going to hold up and hold together? If they do, it's going to be a great season. If they don't, it's not. To me, that's where it starts.
Sean Laquito piece that came out with Carson Wentz, and
Oh yeah.
so
yeah.
there was a lot of defense of Carson. I guess what I'm saying is, independent of Carson Wentz, does it feel like the Eagles have Jalen Hurts' back after everything that's been put out there in the media and everything?
I mean, I don't feel like they've run the bus over him, but I do remember when the Carson Wentz article came out, they went into a damage control mode. I think they had Carson meeting with some reporters afterward to give his side of the story and clear the air. And I don't know if their reaction this time around is a result of that, like a byproduct of, do we really have to do this every time, because it's really not necessary, or if it's because they just don't. I don't think it's because of their relationship with Jalen Hurts right now. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think that it's Philly. This is going to happen. Stories are going to come out. It's been coming out even before Carson. So you have different people in.
Hey, Ray.
All right, we're back. Middays with Marks. Ray remains in Jamaica. He's okay. We have not gotten any updates. Unlike last vacation, he's in Jamaica with a wedding party. He can do whatever he wants. I'm good.
Yeah, but he did tweet.
I didn't see.
Oh, you didn't see it? All right, so let me give you some. He's still doing Ring It.
Is he?
Yep. His last tweet, late last night, Ray Dunn.
Hey, Ray.
My calling in this life might have been to be a slightly obnoxious entertainment director at a resort.
Oh, it's so predictable.
How about that?
Unfortunately, Ray, you don't get to live like you're living right now when you work at a resort. You're constantly dealing with tourists that come in that probably get really annoying like you.
Yeah, you have to provide the entertainment.
Yeah.
But he's happy, he's young, so maybe that could be his calling.
I could see Ray doing something like that. Ray is a very free spirit.
Yes, he is.
He enjoys having a good time. I could see him going down there.
I think
and
he's got a little bit more talent than just running a Radisson, limbo in the back. Just, maybe mixing up some cocktails.
He's the manager that comes up with the ideas.
Oh, okay.
And he does Quizzo on Tuesdays.
Yeah. The hula hoops. Yeah. You over there in the red, come on up. Yeah, that's right.
What is your name?
Yeah.
Are you on your honeymoon? Well, Sally. If you're interested and your husband goes to bed, come see me.
Hey now.
I'm room 567.
Yes, he would have all of those terrible jokes.
He would.
Just going back to it.
All right, well, Ray will be back on Wednesday, which will be we're at Parks on Wednesday, I believe.
Oh, I saw that pop up.
So we'll be at Parks Casino on Wednesday for our broadcast.
How about that?
So we'll give you more details on that coming up here in a second. All right, so real fast, just to get this out of the way, and then we'll talk about the Giannis stuff because there are some developments here. But so there is where did you send this? Did you send this to me personally, Dutz? Where are you? Where's what you said? Oh, so they hired, a coach got hired.
Yes.
Dusty May from Michigan is going to the Mavericks, which is no, I mean, nobody saw this coming.
No.
But still, I mean, it's an interesting hire, and I haven't really wrapped my head around it, which I don't think I really would be able to anyway at first. But he's leaving a high-profile program to be the coach of the Mavs and Cooper Flagg. So I guess it's a good time to get in.
Hell yeah.
That's what's your evaluation of this?
I like it just because of what you said. He knows Cooper Flagg. He's gone up against him in tournaments. He's coached younger guys. That team's going to be young, developing. So I think he fits the timeline well. We'll see how it works.
Dusty May came in. Remember, he had a great run at FAU, gets the gig with Michigan. Since he's taken on his job with Michigan, 64-13, Big Ten tournament championship, Big Ten regular season title, and made the dance both times. So back-to-back NCAA tournament appearances. So he had it moving in the right direction, to say the least, at Michigan. But and oh, by the way, I would imagine the money at Michigan was pretty good for him.
Well, it's probably better if he's taking the mat, right? Like what's an NBA coach making these days? Nick Nurse has got to be making $6.
Yeah.
So if you're hiring somebody away from Michigan, he's making $10.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to take on that gig, sure, without dealing the nonsense.
The NILs or whatever.
Yep. Sign me up. I'm in. And oh, by the way, Cooper Flagg.
Yeah. All right. So you have that, but also, so explain this to me, Dutz and Sean. So Kyle Kuzma, on Twitter tweets. We were talking about this earlier. So the Giannis sweepstakes is coming down to the Heat or the Boston Celtics, according to the insiders like Shams. And it's going to happen before the draft tomorrow night. So it could happen today, could happen during the show, could happen after, could happen tomorrow, but it's going to happen soon. Giannis is going to one of two places. Kyle Kuzma tweets out, not about an hour ago, major announcement coming soon. First, he puts out bomb emojis. 1, 2, 3, 8 bomb emojis, and then major announcement coming soon. He plays for the Wizards. So, Dutch, you were explaining the Heat to get Giannis, it would have to be a 3-team trade, or most likely a 3-team trade.
Kuzma's on the Bucks with Giannis. So, from what I believe, it would have to be a 3-team deal to facilitate more salary.
What am I talking about? On his Twitter profile, it said Washington, D.C., so I was just, sorry. He's on the Bucks, so they would need to add the salary.
Correct. But he just tweeted, so it was a tweet from Full Court Pass. It says, Kyle Kuzma is expected to be included in any trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo as a Giannis tax. And then Kuzma tweets back at it, since when is a 6'9" wing who plays any role you ask, guards 1 through 5, shot almost 50% from the field and cares about defense, a throw-in.
Well, when they want to get rid of your salary, Kyle, which is what they want to do.
Yeah.
So,
so clearly Giannis is getting moved. I would sometime today.
Wait. Are we certain? Because this is year 8 of Giannis being potentially moved. So is Giannis being traded a reality? Is
Yes.
that really?
Oh, for sure. Because
Wow.
Shams and Windhorst today both said 24 hours is the timeline.
I mean,
the Bucks also want to move on. They're ready to move on.
I hope. I mean, think about it. He's been talked about every single year. Trade deadline. It feels like this is going back 7 years. So I can't believe that this is going to be a reality, which is great. And it does change things a lot. And unfortunately, it's going to stay in the East. That's what it's feeling like. It's down to 2, Miami, Boston. Boston, Miami.
Hope for the Heat. I don't want him in Boston.
I agree.
Hope for the Heat.
I agree, too.
Yep. Boston's trouble.
Yeah, but because Jaylen Brown's a good player, but I've seen and heard enough the last couple of years to where I don't know if Jaylen Brown gets along with Tatum or there's something that's going on. And Jaylen Brown's got a lot going on. He's a really good player. So if I'm the Bucks, I want the really good player who's still relatively young. I don't want Tyler Hero and draft picks. I don't. But the Bucks, I mean, Giannis and Tatum and what other players are being included with the Bucks too? Is it Derek White? Derek White's an all-star level player.
That's a lot of money, though, that they would be taking back.
A lot.
White signed that big extension 2 years ago.
But they also cleared a ton of salary out last year.
Right, to get under the tax.
Right. So the new ownership, because they have new owners up there, they might be willing to go over that because now they're doing it for Giannis.
Well, think about it. Giannis is the one thing that they lack, which is size and just in the paint scoring. I mean, Tatum and Brown could both do it, but you saw in the Sixers series, they couldn't guard Embiid because they had no one tall enough.
Doesn't it feel like if Giannis goes to Miami, he'll have a great Miami career because nightlife's great. He'll score a lot of points and all that stuff, and he'll probably won't care about winning. But are they going to win a title in Miami with Giannis? Does it feel like that?
Yeah.
No.
I think Giannis needs to reset, because if what was true that was being written, and why not? Because he had a new guy that was traded there. I forget who it was.
Well, Miles Turner said he didn't.
Correct.
He was on.
Like Giannis just shows up when he wants. So I think a new situation is going to benefit him a ton. Does it fire him up? I don't know. I know what Giannis is. If you're getting 100% of Giannis, he's one of the best players in the game. You can make the case. And he's still just freak out there. But I don't know if you're going to be able to get that at this point in time of his career. I am a little concerned. I will also say this, John. If Giannis doesn't fetch Jaylen Brown, does that mean Jaylen Brown's still available? Because Bob Myers, come on down. You want to hit the – it's not going to happen. I know we got to put that caveat out there. But you never know.
What, you're trading for Jaylen Brown? Who, Edgecombe?
No, because they're not doing it.
I don't think they want Kelly Oubre in a second round.
I know.
All
but,
right.
man, Jaylen Brown would be that guy.
He's available. Yeah.
I hope we're in those conversations.
Well, what are you trading? So I'm saying, to think of a conversation, it needs to at least be possible.
Okay.
Oh, give me the trade. I'll be Brad Stevens up in Boston. You give me the trade.
All right. Hi, Brad. It's Bob.
Hi.
How are you doing today? Do you have a good Father's Day?
I did. Thank you.
Paul George, Joel Embiid.
Stop.
No, I know. Not going to happen.
All right, so stop. Because this is the problem. Now I'm going to get people DMing me being like, Oh, yeah, trade for Jaylen Brown. The Sixers don't care about winning, or they trade for Jaylen Brown. It's like it was Scooble. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Why couldn't they add Scooble? I'm like, I need to do seriously, I can't explain this to you in a couple sentences. If you watch the podcast, Philly Baseball Talk.
That's why you need to give him the red card.
Oh, my God.
I can't explain it, but you get this.
You get the red card for the second time today.
No.
Right, Dutz?
Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, Sean's been ejected.
You got a call. You make the call, right? There's no harm in having a phone call, right?
Sure.
Thank you.
And then Brad Stevens says, oh, yeah, big fan of your second-round draft picks going forward. Throwing in Kelly Oubre, we got a deal.
Throwing Janai Brew, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be the sweetener in the deal.
Oh, and Paul George to make the salaries match.
There you go.
All right. There you go. All right. Coming up later on the show, I have my top 5 best free agent signings of all time in Philadelphia sports. Because Kyle Schwarber, is he on the list? He's got to be on the list, right? Find out coming up. Also coming up next. So I saw this story. This dude reportedly has a Toyota Corolla from 1993 that has how many miles? What's the most miles you've ever had on a car, Sean?
Ooh,
don't answer it.
Good one.
That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now, too, it's not Doug Peterson and his crew anymore. So I don't. I thought Howie didn't do the greatest job of backing up Jalen Hurts, but I also didn't think he was like rolling the. Some people interpreted it as that's messaging from Howie. I didn't interpret it that way at all.
With Lamar,
it's changed. You're right.
He's won the MVP and he's never made a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And Lamar's not 25 years old, right? Josh Allen, as far as I'm concerned, needs to start getting criticized. Because if you're going to hold everybody to the same standard, then guess what? Josh, you haven't been to a Super Bowl. It can't be the team's fault every time. Joe Burrow's took a terrible organization to the Super Bowl, right? So Joe Burrow, just by going to a Super Bowl, kind of gets checked off that list. It's like, all right, you're not in the same. No, like Justin Herbert. What are we doing here? Justin Herbert's not in this rookie contract.
Nope.
Justin Herbert's lost how many big games?
A lot,
right? Is it all his fault? It doesn't matter if it's all his fault. It doesn't matter. It's the quarterback. And Justin Herbert, how many playoff games has Justin Herbert won? Has he? Has he won one?
Didn't he just win one?
I think he won one.
I know he threw a bunch of interceptions in that one game against Houston. That was a loss, obviously. And then I think last year he was able to get a win, right? Let me pull that up.
All I'm saying is, at what point do these quarterbacks start getting criticized? Lamar Jackson's fair game. He's not winning the big game. That's a good organization. Now they have a new head coach coming in, and I like Lamar. The dude just needs to get to a Super Bowl. Period.
He hasn't won one.
He hasn't won it. Are you crazy? And when people talk about Justin Herbert nationally, oh my God, Justin Herbert, what a great quarterback, what a great player. Even the one time we were talking about him on the air. After he lost the playoff game, it was like, oh, that's the offensive line. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
But where are the details on Jalen Hurts? The only details we worry about are Jalen Hurts. Lamar Jackson gets a little bit of it.
You know the saying "up the creek without a paddle."
Yeah. I love how everybody's like, go get Mike Trout, go get this guy, go get that guy, go get Christian Walker. What the hell are you going to trade for him?
Well, then that leads me to my next question for you.
Unbelievable.
When you look at their top 10 prospects,
yep,
talking about the Phillies, Aiden Miller still ranked number 1, although he's hurt. And number 2, quickly rising up the ranks, is Gage Wood. Would either one of those guys be untouchable for you at this deadline if it meant you could get that impact outfielder? Would you trade Gage Wood? Would you trade Aiden Miller? Because here's where I am, Ricky, before you answer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very concerned about the future of the Philadelphia Phillies, right? I'm very concerned that the farm system has been depleted. But at the same time, I don't believe it's going to be Gage Wood that's going to make or break this team 3 or 4 years.
Like a California king, we could break it in if you know what I mean. Put some miles on it.
Are they talking about high mileage cars? Or they've never heard this?
This is Kane Brown, man.
Yeah, you requested it to Dutz. All right.
That's Kane Brown and Marshmallow. Now it's funny. Yeah, you want to put some miles on it. Does that mean like the lady? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I doubt they're talking about a 93 Corolla, right?
Well, it
seems like a pretty boring song.
It goes, new truck, big lift, old roads we've been, tearing up since way back when. It gives it a...
You know what? Doesn't he look like a potential country superstar, Dutz? Because think about it. He's a rap music fan. Hip hop. And what happens to the hip hop guys? They say, "Oh, I can make millions of dollars doing country."
Post Malone was just down in Wildwood at a country music festival.
Yep, that'd be you.
I can get down with it.
Yeah, I could see you singing country songs. Anyway,
girls, let's put some miles on it.
So there's a man that recently went viral. He's got a 93 Toyota Corolla.
Okay.
I've had a Toyota, not a Corolla. I did have a Corolla for a long time. I had a 2004 Corolla, I think.
All right.
And I probably put like $150 on it. I didn't put 300, 100, because you hear people that are like, I had a Honda Accord. I had 300,000 miles on that sucker. I got a new car after probably $150. Got rid of it and got something new. But when I was just starting to work in radio, it was reliable.
Yeah.
It had a low car payment. It was good on gas. I lived in the city, so it didn't matter what the hell happened to it. It was a stick shift, too, this Toyota Corolla.
How about that?
I had a Toyota GLC, 1985. That was a Corolla, or that was a stick shift. And then I had a Mazda 323. That was a hatchback. That was also a stick shift. But I haven't hit like the 200,000 mile mark. Like Ray's car.
You had a Mazda 232. Look at that thing.
1988.
A 323.
A 323. It was white.
Look
1988.
at that ride. That's a good ride, actually.
It was fast too because it was a 5-speed and it was a stick. That was a good car. That was a really, really underrated car. I love that car.
It's funny.
So this dude has a 1993. So it's original transmission and original engine. The only thing he's done is that he's taken very good care of it with oil changes. He's taken really good care of it. This is almost like it's almost like a one of these fancy cars that people build, right? How many miles do you think this 93 Corolla has on it?
Wow. And he's taking care of it too?
He's taking care of it. It's the original engine and transmission.
That's crazy.
And I don't have a mile count on it because it was nowhere in any of this.
He's got to be above 199, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No, like I've known people. Like I think Ray's car is 250.
Wow. My first car was at like 190 something. I made it over.
What was it?
2004 TL Type S.
They don't make them like they used to. That's for sure.
And you went over 200?
Yep. Bought it with like 170 on it.
What kind of car do you have now?
Integra.
And an Acura.
Correct.
How many miles?
20 something.
Oh, so yours is relatively new.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'll say, okay, if you laugh at that, then over 300K?
Higher, Bob.
Get out of here.
How about 1.2 million miles?
Stop it. Stop. I don't believe it.
I see how you even read that.
I got a CD odometer.
There's too many numbers.
Google it because I was skeptical too. And every article goes back to the same friggin' like Facebook reel or something.
Everything's AI these days. It's all fake.
They have a picture of him, and he looks so happy with the Corolla. I want to believe it.
This cat, over 1 million miles.
It says 1.2 million.
Yeah.
We would have to independently verify that. Here, look at the guy.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it right now.
What does Carfax say if he's been taking care of it? Read the Carfax
Yeah, really.
on it.
So my question is, if you wanted to sell it, this guy drops dead, what do you do with it? Is there a market for a 93 Corolla with 1.2 million miles on
Well,
it?
I tell you, it comes back to the fact that he took care of it. If you take care of it, I think that'd be a great car for a young kid that's getting their license.
Did you take care of your Ultima?
No. As a matter of fact, when I traded it in, the guy said that's a death trap. Think about that. Literally said it was a death trap.
How many thousands of miles would you go without an oil change? 10?
No, I would always press it to like the 6, like the 6,000,
that's
7,000. Like, you know what? I'm not doing every 3,000.
All right. So put this out on the Davis Honda text line and the voice and the YouTube chat. What is the most miles anybody out there has had on their car? I've known people that have been in the 2s. I remember this one guy. He had a Volkswagen Rabbit, and we're talking early 80s, and it was a hatchback, and it was a 4-speed stick, and he had over 300,000 miles on it. And that thing, it wasn't even beat up. It was just like at some point, it's like, yo, the car's 40 years old. I mean, unless you're replacing major like parts of the car. I'm not talking about parts. I'm talking about like the outside of the car.
Yep.
Anyway.
No, that's.
Do you believe it? Can we get Nate to further? Because I did an investigation of about 90 seconds, and then I said no. I can't look.
Honestly, the picture of that guy, it does look like it's real. I'll sign up.
Well, it looks like it's a 93. It's a Corolla. It's also a station wagon.
Yeah, it does. Oh, it's great.
I took my Uncle Don passed away. This is like 2009, and because my mom and dad had his estate and like were in charge of doing everything, what they took his what was the they don't make them anymore, the brand of the car, but and so it was just kind of like the third car and whatever, and I think we ended up giving it to somebody in the family. But I drove it to Michigan. It was a 15-hour drive to Michigan. And it had low miles on it because he never drove it anywhere but locally. And, man, you talk about a death trap. I thought I was going to die multiple times. It was like my butt was on the ground. It was a Saturn. It was a Saturn. It was a Saturn station wagon. It's probably like a 93 Saturn station wagon. I was driving it in 2009.
Yeah, they don't make them like that anymore as far as mileage is concerned.
It's unbelievable. Also, shout out to Devin Caney, our friend Devin Caney, who I don't know where she's going, but the announcement is that she's leaving Philadelphia for a job opportunity.
Interesting.
What do you think, like Cedar Rapids Sports Radio?
Devin on the move. Well, that is it. Look, Devin, I'm a huge fan of hers because of her work ethic. She went to Boise and did sports out there long time ago. So if you're willing to do that back in the day, get your career going, I give you all the love in the world. And Devin's a good person behind the scenes. So, look, I would imagine with her experience, both on the football field, right, from a sideline reporter, on TV, oh, by the way, pretty good looking, I would assume that she will be hired somewhere. Pretty good.
Bristol?
ESPN?
Because it's not like when you're a sideline reporter or you do things like that, you just go where the games are. You can be centrally located wherever you want to be.
You can live in Philly,
right,
sure.
but it seems like it's not just that she's moving, it's she's moving for a job. L.A.?
Well,
something with Fox Sports?
Could be. I
don't
can
know.
see that. I don't know. I don't think it's a sideline gig.
No.
Like
no,
you
no,
said,
no.
I don't think she'll move.
No,
But-
it's not being billed as that.
That's got to be exciting, though, man. I don't know how old she is. I know she's a hell of a lot younger than I am, but to pick up and find some new horizon out there.
I think she's early 30s.
Okay. Good for her.
Early.
I'd like to move to L.A.
Yeah, me too.
Hell, I'll go do sports down in Tampa.
No, you don't want to.
Oh, come on, man.
In
Clearwater.
Tampa? No,
Dude,
you don't want to do
I will
sports
talk
down there.
spring training 12 months a year.
That's not what you talk about.
I know. What are you talking about?
The Bucks.
Yeah, the Bucks. Yeah. But I saw Clearwater St. Pete giveaway when I was up there at the Union gig on Saturday.
I'm not telling you that I don't like it down
I
there.
was looking, I'm like, damn, that would be fun.
There's sports radio down there. Their iHeart station's is the leader in the market.
Bubba the Love Sponge still doing it? Is he still on there?
I don't think he may be local down there, but I mean he's barely hanging on for dear life. No, they had this one station called The Bone. It's like 102.5 The Bone, and it's all talk, but it's no sports talk. It's very unique. You have to check it out. Very, very unique.
I just think the tagline should be,
And now-
she don't eat meat, but she sure loves the bone. That's got to be there. If your station is The Bone, that better be the theme.
Well, it is coming up on the lunch hour, Sean.
Hey, now.
And the news at noon with Hair Jordan himself.
Hey, Ray.
Brandon Dutz. No, not Ray. You think Ray is thinking of news of new topics while at the...
I don't think he's really putting too much pen to paper out there.
What was the over-under for the drinks?
That's a good question. I think we were at the 60 mark, 65.
Dutz over-under on Ray drinks?
Hammer in the over. Easy.
Yeah, I agree with
You
you.
see, he was on the beach last night with the person flinging the...
Oh, see, I didn't see that. Where is that on
It's
Instagram?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't see Instagram.
Oh, is he Instagram storying it up?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
You know, Ray. And then Wednesday morning will come. He'll make a post with some great caption, and that's Ray.
I may not fuck because he has 4 or 5 accounts because he has so many different
That's weird.
lives that he lives.
Not a fan of that.
Right.
I'm going to text him right now to get an update on the booze count. See what he gets.
All right, that's going to news at noon. Coming up next with Dutz. Don't go anywhere. Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Drafts are here. I'm Brandon Dutz, and this update is brought to you by Origlio. Join Sean Brace today from 5 to 7 p.m. at Craft Hall on Delaware Ave in Philly for a Modelo match night. Enjoy $6 Modelo drafts, $20 Modelo pitchers, and awesome soccer giveaways. Details at 975thefanatic.com. It'll be a busy week for our winter teams as both the NBA and NHL drafts take place this week, with the 76ers getting the first crack at things tomorrow night, holding the 22nd overall pick. Adam Aronson of the Philly Voice joined Kincade and Salciunas to share what we can expect tomorrow night.
I think this roster is largely going to look pretty similar when the 26-27 season opens next year. I would expect that the Sixers stick and pick at 22 overall tomorrow. Maybe they could trade into the second round on Wednesday if the price is right.
You can listen to the full interview on our website or our YouTube channel. Phillies will head to D.C. after taking the series against the Mets, but haven't named a starter for today's game. It would have been Andrew Painter's turn in the rotation before he was sent back down to Lehigh Valley. And in the World Cup, the U.S. men's team took down Australia on Friday and have advanced to the round of 32, winning their group for the first time since 2010. This update is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, develops better athletes and better people through sports. Info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandon Dutz on the home of the 76ers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
From now, because guess what happens 3 or 4 years from now? You got a lot of old guys on this team.
And
so you need to go all in now because it's your best chance in the next 5 years. If they don't go all in at this deadline and do everything possible to fix this lineup or fix the back end of the bullpen before Duran, maybe even get another starter, you're not going to win a World Series. And if you don't win a World Series this season, there could be a lockout next year. You might not have Zach Wheeler in 2028. Harper's going to be 2 years older. Schwarber's going to be 2 years older. Realmuto's going to be 2 years older. Trey Turner's going to be 2 years older. Like, you see where if you don't do it this year, the future does not look bright for the Philadelphia Phillies, and you don't have any prospects that are coming to save the day. So it's weird because I'm not sure, even if they go out at the deadline and they get an impact bat in the outfield or they get another reliever, that they're even going to be good enough to beat the Dodgers at that point. But I think you are forced, if you're Dombrowski, to at least try.
Should the Phillies trade for Mike Trout? Should the Phillies trade for Scooble? Because you know what? Here, kids, the Phillies don't have what it takes to get either player. Spoiler alert, they don't have the quality of talent that it would take to get the two most sought-after players that could be available at the trade deadline. Now, there will be a lot of gas bags in this market. hopefully they're not in this building, that will tell you, oh, they should go get Scooble. They should go get Mike Trout. They can't get Mike Trout. Here's the reason. The Phillies have problems right now.
All right, we're back middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. John Marks surrounded by a bunch of Bryce Harper haters. Just got to say, Bill Colarulo in here during the break is saying that technically it's a triple, but he shouldn't be it shouldn't have been a triple. Yeah, no one wants to see Bryce hit for the cycle. I don't know, Dutch, where are you on this conversation? News and new coming up here in a second.
It wasn't a triple. It was a double.
Right, everybody doesn't want to see Bryce be happy.
That's not that I don't want to see
happy.
it. That's just how I saw it. It just was a double. I'm not rooting against the guy. I didn't see it as a triple.
Why do you hate Bryce Harper?
You do too.
No.
Everybody does. Everybody does.
Wait, so we're forgetting there's a tension in that ballpark between Bryce Harper.
Hey, that day there was. And that day there was. All right? Oh, by the way, that video is still doing numbers. I appreciate that, Dutz. No, again, I'm signing off on the triple if I'm in that ball yard.
Get out of here.
I'm not
allowing you to sign off.
Now,
Be quiet.
I'm not the head scorekeeper, though. If I was the head scorekeeper, I would have a trouble.
You're objective Bryce Harper. I'm just club Bryce Harper. You're doing the same. You're doing that. That's what you're doing. You're being objective.
There it is.
You know what I can do? I can take the technicality and say, well, it's a triple, so screw you guys. It's a triple. I don't have to think something differently about it. It was a dead duck at third base. I know that. But it doesn't matter. It's a triple. Give the man his cycle. And he got it.
He got it.
And you guys are haters. All of you are haters. Every single one of you. Ricky better not come on the air and start talking poorly about it.
No, he said it's a double, too.
Yeah, all you guys did.
Yep.
Fine. Because listen, there's closet Bryce Harper haters, and then there's Bryce Harper haters. At least John Kincaid's a Harper hater. All right? At least he comes off on the air as being a Harper hater. All these other guys, they just kind of talk in code, and it's like, well, you don't really like Harper. I don't think Metallica really likes Harper.
Oh.
How about that?
That's a take.
But why else would you look at it? Why else would you be mad that he got a cycle? Because technically the scorer gave him a triple because of the way the play transpired.
Oh, by the way, 13-1 ball game.
Which means what?
No, it just means, like, you can't be mad at that. I'm not mad.
I'm not mad either. I'm just saying I saw it as a double.
No, because
as a historian for the game, John, I don't know if I could sign off on the triple. Just like if I was the guy that was putting that in there, putting it on the scoreboard, flashing the triple or the double.
So you're saying 13-1, even if he gets thrown out, the game's still at hand.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I've had other people, and I bet you Metallica's a baseball meathead that would say this.
I can't wait.
That's like, oh, he's going for a triple up 12 runs, like stealing second base when you're up a big margin.
That's another tentacle of this conversation that we didn't even stumble into.
But
that is interesting.
No, because a steal is you're making the decision when you're standing on first base to steal up 12 runs. Going for a triple to complete a cycle is something that's happening within the play, and you hit it in the gap. Of course, you're going to try to get a triple to complete a cycle. The hell's wrong with these people?
It's the Mets, though.
I'm going to let Metallico have his opinion at 2 o'clock. You are a concrete head if you're mad at Bryce Harper for trying to get a triple, and you're saying not if you want to be mad because Bryce Harper technically got a double. Okay, if you're being honest and you're saying no, it was really a double, he didn't really deserve a triple. Fine, you want to be like that. If you're literally mad because he took third base and he was running up the score, then you're a blockhead. That's what I'm saying.
I like it. Real quick on this, though, John, I did just see Rob Tourneau from The Inquirer. He's got an article on Devin Caney. We were just talking about that previous. And it said, quote, Caney was opening to return to covering the Birds, but she'll be covering a different NFL team.
Oh, so she's going somewhere to cover a team.
How about that?
For a station.
Let's take a guess.
I don't know.
Miami.
Maybe. I would just need to know I don't know. Let me think about it.
Okay.
Let me think about it. Let's get to the news at noon with Dutz.
Hey, Ray.
Welcome to Ray's life. There's no turning back.
Giving myself the red card.
Mad Dog's losing his mind. And Big Skip Bayless with another take. Phillies blow a lead. Sixers spark the beat. Somebody's got a podcast
With another terrible take. Everybody wants the news at noon.
With Ray Dunn.
With Ray Dunn.
With Brandon Dutz.
Hey now.
All right, Johnny, Sean, we're going to be starting things off in the baseball world. I'm sure you've all seen it, a lot of games yesterday, but one of the biggest storylines came from Giants-Marlins. So the Giants were down 2-1 in the top of the ninth inning. Rafael Devers starts things off with a single, and Tony Vitello sends out Jonah Cox to pinch run for him. But Devers kind of like shoves him off and just starts screaming and yelling. He's like, no, I don't want him over here. Keep me in the game. Anybody who knows Devers knows he's not the fastest guy out there. So obviously they're going to pinch run for him. He ends up going back to the dugout, and his teammates try dapping him up, and he just avoids it altogether, kind of like a childish behavior. They asked Tony Vitello after the game, so 2 questions here, but they asked him about what he thought about Devers not wanting to come out of the game.
What do you make of that reaction? It seemed like he kind of waved Jonah off, then went right back into the clubhouse.
Yeah, I didn't see where he went afterwards, but once we announced the move, the move is made. So just going with what our best effort is to win the game. Obviously, you'd like to get Jonah to go get a bag. You know, he's relatively quick to the plate, but on a double, going with our best chance to be able to score.
Do you feel like you need to talk to Devers after that?
No, we talk every day. I'm good. I'd rather have guys like Webby that you got to rip them off the field as opposed to vice versa.
And Alex Cora did tweet, well, shortly after that came out.
Really?
No, did he?
Indeed, he
Yeah.
chimed in.
Oh,
He chimed in.
wow.
So that not a good look for Devers, man. You're coming out of a situation where I know the situation was tough in Boston, but you don't want to come out to pinch run. Come on, man.
Well, the situation, it was tough in Boston, probably because of him. Everybody in the organization hated him. They literally got pennies on the dollar for a good player.
Yeah. Well, they also signed Bregman and messed the whole thing up. But
Yeah, they
I get
did.
the point. So they kind of screwed him over, and then
Yeah, they
he didn't
did.
want to. But then the whole thing about him not wanting to play first base, like it makes more sense now because now we show him that same tone with the Giants.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear how deeply you described what happened. It was so awkward. The pinch runner literally, he's waving him off. The pinch runner's walking, like running out, and he's like looking at the dugout, and the dugout's saying, "No, you got to go out." Devers keeps waving him off. He's literally by where the umpire is on first, like near first base, and Devers is still telling him, "No, I'm not leaving the game."
Yep.
And the dude's looking in the dugout, being like, "What do you want me to do? I just can't. You told me to come out here to pinch run." He's telling me no. It's really awkward.
And it was announced. So there's your answer.
Like he had said, they don't have a choice.
Yeah, you take your butt to the dugout. New guy going in. Jonah Cox going in. Devers, yeah, he's a bad teammate. I don't think it's up for debate.
That's been the reputation.
Yeah, correct. And then you see him. It's like guys from the dugout are trying to just dap him up, and he's like literally avoiding him. Yeah,
Swerves him.
He's a literal weasel in this video. Can't deal with it.
Yeah, it looks really bad.
Mike Singletary once said, "I want winners." This dude is clearly not on that level right now.
Yep.
It's just amazing because when you thought that when that trade went down, you're like, wow, what a steal for the Giants. And he hasn't even been performing at the plate. If you're getting production from what he was maybe 3 or 4 years ago, then I could see it. But he hasn't been hitting well this year at all either. So that doesn't help you.
I think he's got 237 average between the 2 seasons so far.
Terrible, man. Yeah. He was batting like sub 2 for first 2 months of the season. It was really bad.
All right, that's what you got.
All right, we're going to go to the roommate show with Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart. The Stephen A. Smith apology tour, John, is the greatest thing I've ever heard. So they had him on the show, and they put up his tweet about the Knicks not having enough stars, and all over the receipts when they signed Jalen Brunson. Just take a listen to the interaction between Josh Hart and Stephen A. Smith.
I had some receipts. This is not word for word, but I think the quote was they don't have any real NBA prospects on that team. Can you sit here and admit that you were wrong?
Say what?
I said, can you sit here and admit you were wrong?
I can't hear you.
You were
Apologize.
wrong.
Yo, y'all, I'm a grown-ass man. I was beyond wrong.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, it's a live studio
I apologize
audience.
to this brother on national television. I'm apologizing to you. I'm apologizing to the entire Knicks organization.
Yes, in front of a live audience.
Yep, they pulled that, or they put that together last second. Pretty cool stuff. I think it aired on ESPN too, if I'm not mistaken, live.
Yes.
Yeah, look, Stephen A. Smith, that list is long if he has to apologize.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Go away, Stephen A. Which I know he's not going to. But
are the Knicks ever going to go away?
Man, I don't know if they're a team that's built to do this again or at least be close. Because for every team that's there year after year, you get some one-and-doners. The Nuggets were a great team. They won a title.
Yeah, they've had
They slept.
8 straight years. New champion.
Yep.
But Jalen Brunson seems like he's the real deal for another 2. I can see him still, playing at a high level. I don't know if you're, I'm done.
Longer than that.
I'm done doubting the Knicks. So if they're all running it back next year, yeah, that team's going to be competing for a championship, unfortunately.
All right, Dutz, finish it up.
All right, we're going to Kevin Durant here. So on a podcast, he was talking about his experience when joining the Warriors. Now, mind you, the Warriors were in the finals for a lot of straight years before Kevin Durant joined the club. He said that he felt like he was going to an underdog based on the team's history in the 50s and 60s. Take a listen.
The organization never been a winning organization. When I was in the league, nobody liked Golden State. So it felt like still like an underdog to me because I'm looking at the totality of the franchise. I ain't looking at what happened in these last 5 years.
Right.
Like, you never been a perennial winner in the, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
In the NBA from the 50s on up. So I'm like, damn, this is an underdog franchise to me. This feel good. Like, this feel like where I'm supposed to be. It ain't LA. It ain't New York. It feel like where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah. He's a weasel, too.
He sure is.
There's a lot more weasels, more and more. And it's good. It's one of the good things from these podcasts because you hear more from them and you're figuring out who's real because their real colors find a way to show. Kevin Durant's a weasel. Like, you saw it what he did with his teammates and the tweeting and the nonsense, how many burner accounts he's had over the years. Dude, you went and you joined the best team. You knew darn well you'd be competing for a championship. You did. You won 2. Congratulations. Don't try and rewrite history.
He's ripping his teammates on one of those burner accounts.
Yeah. Yeah, you could make the case that he's a bad teammate. You definitely could.
Oh, for sure.
But at the end, he's still going to play at a high level. So he's a guy that I would like to have on my floor. But he's a bad teammate.
Yeah, not anymore. No, that's over.
He still averaged 26
Well,
this year.
I'm not telling you he's not a good player, but he would have to go somewhere very specific that was ready to win it, that was there to win a title.
Philly. Bring him here.
Yeah.
Add him to the mix.
Oh, him and Embiid on the same team. What could possibly go wrong?
Paul George, Durant,
Embiid. Yeah.
Anyway.
So, by the way, with that being said, Sean, tomorrow night.
Oh, let's do it.
At 8 o'clock. So D-Lineup's going to take you up until they're going to have ESPN coverage of the draft on the station. However, we're going to be live on YouTube starting at 8 o'clock. So the NBA draft first round, the draft starts at 8 o'clock on Tuesday night, tomorrow night. So we're going to have you pick by pick leading up to the 76ers pick. But really, it's going to be kind of a Sixers town hall. We're going to talk about all the Sixers issues, and then we'll give you the picks as they happen. And we're going to have some guests.
Yep.
Sam Ostrey's going to join us.
Yep.
Sean Bernard, I think, is going to pop on here or there. He's working tomorrow night.
Yeah, he got called into duty with DraftKings. But Sam is all over it for us. We're on the pick by pick basis. You know, what makes that player tick. And, oh, by the way, where they're going. Sam is damn good when it comes to all things hardwood, college, and NBA. So we're going to be all over it. Plus, like you said, other special guests mixed in as well. All things NBA draft, nobody's going to be doing it like us. YouTube only for the Fanatic.
Yep. So just subscribe to 97.5 The Fanatic. If you're not already subscribed, Dutz, then you should subscribe now.
Great content. Philly baseball talk as well.
Philly baseball
Phillies
talk. Yep.
Do it.
I have a trade episode coming out tonight.
Tonight. I did a trade machine. Philly baseball talk trade machine.
Oh, did you?
With a couple of trade possibilities. All right, so there you go. But the Phillies back at it down in Washington. Does it feel like the Phillies are on a roll right now? Done it?
On a roll. Yeah, I could say they put it together a little bit here. I'm still thinking about the fact that they can't beat the better teams, whether it's the Brewers, the teams that are
You're still thinking about that.
Yeah. Like I just because unfortunately the last 2 seasons I've been more rah-rah than others. And at the end, in the grand scheme of things, I think I was wrong. So now that's having an effect on me this year where I'm not going to sit here and tell you, get to September and this is what could happen. No, this team is good, but they have to be better if they want to win a championship. How does that happen? You get some better production from the players that are currently here, or you add to the current roster. So I do think that needs will be made. I do think moves are needed for this team to compete for a championship.
For sure. They need a right-handed bat. They need a reliever or right-handed bat, and I heard Stark on with the guys last week, and he had said that that he hears that Dombrowski's up to something, meaning a fifth starter.
Good.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, honestly, of all the moves that I have most interest in, the least of my worries is a starting pitcher. I'm just not worried about it. They'll be able to piecemeal it. Is right? Do we know who's starting tonight? Is Rangel? They bringing him up?
They haven't named one yet. Still TBD.
So it could be a bullpen game. Mostly going to be a bullpen game.
But that's the issue when you talk about the fifth starter is that it's going to have an effect on the bullpen, right? And this bullpen hasn't been the best. I'm not trying to sit here and say they're the worst either, but you need them to be a little bit sharper. And the only thing that's going to happen if you're not getting good starts, quality starts from fourth and fifth,
right,
is your bullpen's going to get taxed.
Well, I think they're going to trade for somebody. It's just a matter of getting closer to the deadline. Last year, Dutz, it was Walker Buehler.
Yeah, I think he got cut by Boston, who, by the way, is having a great year in San Diego now.
He is.
Of course.
Yeah. So I think Dombrowski's going to grab a veteran guy that's a 5-inning pitcher, and he solidifies the rotation. What I'm saying is that like a guy Casey Mize with Detroit, final year of a contract. He's pitching well. He pitched well last year. He'd be a quality starter. He'd be an upgrade over Aaron Nola as your fourth starter. But you're going to have to give up a lot to get him. Even though he's a rental, he's a starting pitcher. So this isn't, hey, flip us one of these prospects, like your C-level prospect, and we'll give you the starting pitcher. No, you're going to have to give up one of your top prospects to get him because other teams are going to be interested. Supply and demand, you mentioned it earlier. Mm-hmm. When you have a starting pitcher, expiring contract, so you don't have to worry about it. So that doesn't mean that means that maybe he's not going to cost as much. He's still going to cost more than you're going to want to give up. For a guy that might start during the playoffs, you don't even know if he's going to start for the playoffs. It depends how he's throwing by that time of the year. So I'm not giving up. And you're not going after Scooble, and you're not getting the top of the rotation guy. They need to use. By the way, if you want to trade one of your top prospects, I'm open to anything that's in a deal, but it needs to be an impact bat. It needs to be an impact outfield bat, right-handed bat.
Oh, yeah. Just to let you know, inside the pen as far as MLB bullpen ERA rankings right now, top 3, 2 in the division. Braves are number 1, Padres 2, Mets 3. Nobody cares about the Mets because obviously their record is what their record is. But the Phillies, 12th right now, 3.77 bullpen ERA. Number 1 is 3.21 with the Braves. Yeah, look, I think that we will see better pitching down the stretch as things get closer. You're starting to raise your game up. You know, these games matter more. I believe in the bullpen. But if you're telling me.
All right, so let me, because it's almost not fair to do it in June because a lot of these guys are still trying to figure out what they are.
Yeah.
Who's the 7th inning guy? Who's the 8th inning guy? And honestly, a lot of guys just haven't pitched well. But to get to Duran, so you have 9, who's your 8th inning guy? It ain't Kirkering. Is it Keller? Right now, it looks like Jonathan Bolin looks like your best right-handed reliever.
He came in yesterday, had a pretty good outing.
Him and Kirkering, but we already kind of know what Kirkering is. When's Alvarado pitching? Never.
Yeah.
Tanner Banks isn't even in the big leagues anymore. So you don't have a lefty that you can count on.
I said I believed in the bullpen. I meant the closer. I believe in the closer. That's what I meant to say.
There's time. I guess my point with the trade deadline is Dombrowski's going to be in on a veteran guy because in the playoffs you got to get from the 6th to the 7th to the 8th to Duran with the lead, and man, it's been hard for them to do that the last couple of years. They signed Robertson, out of retirement to come in, and he's pitching high leverage, late inning situations. I mean, geez,
guy's my hero.
Robertson?
Yes, guy's my hero. Just call him in the amount of money he's been paid to pitch
for a couple months.
Yeah,
pretty good gig for him, bro.
Oh yeah, roll in. You're at the show, treated like gold.
It's a 4-game series against the Nats, by the way. So you're going to get the bullpen game or whoever they start tonight. You'll get Nola. You'll get Sanchez. And I forget who else is going to get. Luzardo. Luzardo's because so what they've done is they've broken up Nola and the bullpen because they don't want back-to-back games where the bullpen has to eat a lot of innings. So I don't know. I feel like they're rolling right now. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about they can't beat good teams in October. They can beat not so good teams in June.
I know the Nationals aren't the prize, team of the league, but they have a really good offense. Their offense has been firing this year. So you want to talk about a big test. The Nationals offense is a big test for this pitching staff. So I'm excited to see what they got.
Yeah, they've been good. They have some really good players, and they're much better this year. And they're a plus 12 on the season. So we'll see. All right, 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. Phone line, text line Davis Honda text line with the voice memos. Karate Mark has something on as a voice memo. What do we got there, Dots? Here you go.
Karate Mark, Northeast Philadelphia. Great time hanging out with SB on Saturday at Brooklyn Bowl. My first car ever I bought from the auction underneath the 95 up on the Cotman exit. Spent $800 on an Audi S2000, something from the 70s. It had 179,000 miles on it, and it lasted all the way to 1100 Longshore. Died, never ran again.
Wow. There you go.
That's a heck of a pull, Karate Mark. Yeah, it was a great time hanging with them over there at Brooklyn Bowl. Him and the lady are going to Spain. You can't drive a car over there. Well, you can drive it over there, but you can't drive a car to there. You know what I mean?
You can't?
No.
It'd be tough.
So. Yeah, it'd be tough.
1.2 million miles on that Corolla.
That's
you believe it?
Money well spent. Yeah, why not? That guy doesn't look like he's fibbing.
Yeah, but it just could be he took a picture with the car and some idiot made up the story.
Nothing's real anymore.
Anything for views and clicks.
You're right about that.
All right, another voice memo. This is from BP. Go ahead.
Hey guys, Brendan from Manayunk here, astrologist. I mean, what an absolute weekend for the Philadelphia baseball team. I mean, this team is the best team in ball. The system goes back-to-back. Shout out Johnny Marks for the 2 homers, but he got 3 of them for Kyle Schwarber. But it's just such a shame. We might need to start a club Harper now because there's guys like Ricky Bowe and Bill Colarulo just want to keep on hating and hating and hating every accomplishment that Bryce Harper makes. If he does this, oh, it's because of that. If it's this, oh, he would have been thrown out at third. You know what? Just enjoy the guy for what he is. Exactly, Bill. Enjoy him. Enjoy him, Bill, as he walks by me right now.
Yeah, exactly.
BP.
Why do I feel like I came in here so excited today because the Phillies, because of Harper and Schwarber, a good weekend of baseball.
Dominating.
And now I feel like I'm in the minority because I'm happy Bryce Harper got a cycle. Literally, his reaction made me feel good. It made me happy. His reaction. Everybody's walking around here. Wasn't really a triple.
That is some negative.
Yeah, what are we doing? Is we a Mets station? What are we doing? God, I don't understand it. Kincaid's bitching this morning. Bill comes in here. It's not a triple. Ricky Bowe apparently feels a certain way about it. Dutch said it's not a triple. You said it's not a triple.
I'm not mad at him.
I'm not mad.
I'm just acknowledging the simple fact that it was a double, but it got scored a triple, so great. That's awesome that he got a
I'm a baseball
cycle. I'm not hating on
historian,
him.
John. All right? I take this stuff serious. Who's the guy that does all those documentaries?
Bill something?
Oh, that was his name. He's got all those.
I hate him.
Yeah. But look, I am thrilled. It's his first one in his illustrious career, 14-plus seasons, and it's the first time he's done it. Yeah, it's pretty big.
All right, coming up, I've finalized it. My top 5 Philadelphia free agent signings of all time. Did Kyle Schwarber make the list?
I like that. Also, I love a calendar, a summer calendar, sporting events. I have a date in August. Philadelphia sports fans, we got to lock it in. Big date coming up in
Lock it
August.
in.
That was just announced.
All right, that's coming up next. Middays and Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. Let's talk about your hair for a second. Morgenstern Hair. So, hair restoration in 2026 a little bit different than it was years ago because I had a hair transplant with the Morgenstern Hair team because I needed my hair back, right? I was starting to lose my hair, and I said, you know what? Let me take care of this right now. Probably waited a little bit too long to start it, but then, boom, you get the transplant, and then you get your hair back, and it looks amazing. So you can do that. You can get your hair back, but what if you want to keep your existing hair? Ha-ha. That's what we're talking about right now. Today's hair restoration is all about prevention. You have topical treatments, medications, non-invasive options that are designed to keep the hair that you have before you lose it. And what matters is where you go. So you could go on Facebook or Instagram or whatever algorithm, and some guy's trying to sell you shampoo that's going to keep your hair. That's not going to work. Where you go makes all the difference in the world. 30 years of experience in hair. That is Morgenstern Hair Restoration. Locations in Pennsylvania, Bala Kenwood, Wayne, Lancaster. Contact today on the phone, or you can go to the website, morgensternhair.com. Morgan with an E, morgensternhair.com, or call them and say, hey, I hear John talking about you all the time. 610-831-HAIR, 610-831-HAIR, or morgensternhair.com.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Drafts are here. I'm Brandon Dutz, and it will be a busy week for our winter teams as both the NBA and NHL drafts take place, with the 76ers getting the first crack at things tomorrow night, holding the 22nd overall pick. Adam Aronson of the Philly Voice joined Kincade and Salciunas earlier today to share what we can expect tomorrow night.
I think this roster is largely going to look pretty similar when the 26-27 season opens next year. I would expect that the Sixers stick and pick at 22 overall tomorrow. Maybe they could trade into the second round on Wednesday if the price is right.
You can listen to the full interview on our website or our YouTube channel. The Phillies will head up to D.C. to take on the Nationals, but still have yet to name a starter for tonight's game after sending Andrew Painter down to Lehigh Valley last week. Some news for the Eagles: it was announced earlier that training camp will kick off on July 28th, and there was a big-time trade in the NHL yesterday, with the Senators sending Brady Tkachuk to the Panthers for 3 first-round picks and a second-round pick. And the U.S. men's team took down Australia on Friday and have advanced to the round of 32 in the World Cup, winning their group for the first time since 2010. This update is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Need better rest? Let Mattress Firm sleep experts match you with the perfect bed at the July 4th sale. They make sleep easy. I'm Brandon Dutz on the home of the 76ers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Can they go to their minor league system and go get some top prospects? Somebody to call up that everybody would say, hey, this could solve a problem? Andrew was just talking about it. Hell no. It looks like the picked-over shelves at a Giant the day before a blizzard. They got nobody. Nobody's coming to save the day from the minor league system. There is nothing coming to help the problem. So if you don't have prospects that are ready to come up and ready to help you at the major league level, how do you think you are going to be able to get one of the top pitchers on the market or top players on the market? Especially one of the top players on the market who has every opportunity in his entire career to come here and play and has rejected it. Could have found his way here on his own and rejected it. Would rather play in anonymity in the shadow of Disneyland. No. What is the Phillies don't have it. You know who does? The Dodgers, the Braves, the Yankees, other franchises who are contenders that are right now, by the way, teams that are better.
First of all, starting the tweet with sorry Philly fans. Like, what are you sorry about? Like, what do we need to be sorry about? Like, the New York Knicks fans who looked like absolute trash half of this finals, and I know it's not all of them, half of this finals doing the stuff they were doing in the streets, beating people up, doing all this ridiculous stuff. That, number one, we're supposed to feel good for them? Or how about the fans that came down to Xfinity Mobile Arena and they chanted bleep and bead as loud as they possibly could every single time they were in the building? We're supposed to feel good for them? And then even if they didn't do any of that stuff, even if they were the greatest fans in the world, we're Philadelphia. That's New York. New York looks down on this city. They've always looked down on this city. They've always accused us of being a second-rate city. We're supposed to feel good? Oh, but poor Knicks fans. They've waited since 1973, and if you don't appreciate that, you don't like sports. Get the hell out of here with that. I'm not going to feel good for these ridiculous Knicks fans. Do you think those Knicks fans felt good for Philadelphia in Super Bowl 52? Were they out on the street saying, wow, look how united the city of Philadelphia is. Yay, Philly. Yay. Come on with that stuff. Get out of here. And every fan is coming at Sealski, and they're right. Like, don't lecture the city of Philadelphia with what we've had to put up with from New York, we're now supposed to be, yay, Knicks fans. Like, I appreciate what Brunson did and Josh Hart and Karl Anthony Towns and OG Anunoby. Like, I feel good for the players. I feel good for the players. They deserved it. They earned it. They're a likable team. But to sit here and lecture the Philadelphia fans that we're supposed to feel good for the Knicks fans? Come on, Mike.
So let's do that. Now, Andrew Salciunas has the day off today. It is not because of a clip that went viral from our show last week about Jalen Hurts. He's got regular vacation, but he was getting ripped because he said his number one question for the Eagles this year is about Jalen Hurts' performance at the quarterback position with the change in offense, Sean Mannion now taking over. What is your evaluation of that? Is that your number one question?
My number one question for this team this year would be if the offensive line can stay healthy and hold up. And it's not a very sexy question, right? Like, if the offensive line isn't healthy, we can't get Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens and Lane Johnson back to health. I don't care what plays Sean Mannion's calling. They're not going to have much of a chance. The offensive line has to be better. It has to be healthier. They've been the foundation of that team for so long. They've been responsible for so much success. We're talking about elite, all-time Eagle talents. So I don't say this in a critical way, but I say it in a way in which the offensive line has had to play through some injuries, and it's aging. And are they going to hold up and hold together? If they do, it's going to be a great season. If they don't, it's not. To me, that's where it starts.
Back it is Middays with Marks, John Marks, Sean Brace, Brandon Dutz, Negative Nate. He's on YouTube today.
How about
Super
that?
Writes is your AP. Negative Nate. But I don't think like Dutsy does all the videos on you. I think Negative Nate's just pressed like, hey, we're back, hitting the button.
Believe so.
That's it. What are you eating?
Yeah, what are you eating over there?
Carrot chips. If I had more time.
Carrot chips? No, we've all been caught with our mouthfuls on the air before.
Yeah, so it's like a Lay's chip, but it's a carrot.
Okay.
Hold on, let me show you.
No, you don't have to show me. It's fine. We have veggie sticks at home. So I like
They're pretty good.
A nice veggie
Efficient.
stick.
Because you can't have like salty or greasy stuff in here.
Well, it's
How many
not-
did you put in your mouth?
Like
You're
7.
still chewing. Jeez.
Sean, you see a platter of eggs in there back in the day. What are you talking about?
Never. No food inside this.
Some pancakes and stuff.
Yeah.
No, but Patricia Caputo, she brings carrot sticks in. Addison was eating some type of fruit.
Her and her snack boxes, man. She was like gloating about that. I'm like, it's not that good.
The snack box? Yeah, that's right.
That's what she calls it, with the vegetables and I don't know.
It's a little box full of different stuff. Yeah.
She
Anyway,
also drinks her water out of the Wawa cup.
just get the Five Guys double burger.
There you go.
One of you guys, come
Oh,
on,
man,
Sean.
I had a good burger from the Bow House last night. Ooh,
Did you?
Yeah.
I had they advertise Nifty 50s. They bring us food.
Yeah.
On Saturday, was over the in-laws to see the my father-in-law for Father's Day.
Sure.
So Nifty 50s not far away because they're in Delco. Bang!
Great food when
A
they
double?
dropped it off, too. Oh, yeah.
Cheese fries.
Yeah, that's the thing anymore. If I get a burger, I can't do one. I got to do two.
Getting that tomorrow, Nifty 50s. Food drop.
It's coming tomorrow?
Yep, 1 o'clock.
There's
Get
your-
out of here.
There's your organic.
There you go.
I was really a customer.
All right.
Yeah, we built fries, cheese fries. Everybody got a burger. My kids got some chicken nuggets and stuff.
Better be a double.
All right. So it is time, and this is in honor of Kyle Schwarber for and I just want to, before I even get into this, these are not trades or draft picks. Here are my top 5 Philadelphia free agent signings. Once again, not draft picks, not trades like Moses Malone doesn't make the list because he was traded for. All right. Number 5, Nick Foles. Won a Super Bowl, took over for Carson Wentz the following year, and damn near did it again. And by the way, Sean, he's tattooed on my back.
Yes, he is.
Just saying. Nick Foles is number 5 on my list.
With the Lombardi. You have a Lombardi picture tattooed.
Yes.
You should get the World Cup trophy tattooed. You should get Stanley.
You should do that.
get the Stanley Cup. You should do all the trophies. This way you'd be just like, yeah.
My days of Bryce Harper, I told Bryce Harper I'd get his face tattooed on my back if they won the World Series. They made it to the World Series. And my wife was saying, if you do that, I said, oh, don't worry, honey, I won't do it.
Does that carry over to this year, or is that just
No, it was that year.
Oh, okay.
It was literally that year in spring training. I'm like, hey, so I have Nick Foles tattooed on my back. If you guys win a World Series this year, I'll get you on my back. And he was like, that's so cool. That'd be an honor. And then they're in the World Series up 2-1 at home.
He would love it.
Thank God they lost.
He might have signed it.
He would love it. Oh, and by the way, everybody walking around just miserable that the Phillies had a good weekend because Bryce Harper got a cycle. It's pretty amazing. All right, speaking of Bryce Harper, number 4 on my top 5 Philadelphia free agent signings. He solidified his Hall of Fame career by coming to Philadelphia. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame as a Philly, and I've never seen a player ride into a city like Philadelphia and just aced everything. He aced his entrance, and now that's it. Here's another thing with Bryce Harper. People are mad that he was so gracious towards fans, and he really liked being a Philadelphia Philly because he wore Fanatic cleats. Everybody hates him being good to the fans and to the city. There you go. Bryce Harper, World Series appearance, a lot more work to do. They've been in the playoffs 4 straight years. Bryce Harper, number 4 on the top 5 list. All right, number 3 is going to go to Zach Wheeler. 7 seasons with the Phillies, Sean. Mm-hmm. He's only had 1 with an ERA over 3. He's been unbelievable. It's one of the best free agent signings in the history of the city. Number 3 on this list. He's been the best pitcher, one of the top 3, 4, 5 pitchers in baseball for the last 7 years since he's joined the Phillies.
Oh, yeah.
Zach Wheeler, number 3 on my list, which leaves number 2 is Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber's going to go in the Hall of Fame as a Philly. He's going to hit 500 home runs as a Philly. All the intangibles that you're looking for from a player, from a good dude to a great leader, somebody that just enjoys being a baseball player. Man, Kyle Schwarber has been unbelievable. How about 216 home runs in 5+ seasons? He's
pretty
got
good.
29. He's on pace at 62 this year. Kyle Schwarber, number 2, which leaves us with number 1 on my top 5 Philadelphia free agent signings. A lot of Phillies on this list so far.
Oh, yeah.
All right, 1 Eagle, and we're going to make it 2 Eagles. Saquon Barkley is the number 1 free agent signing by a Philadelphia sports team. 2,000 rushing yards. The spin flip that he did.
Oh, yeah.
The driving force behind a Super Bowl. They rode him all the way into the playoffs. An iconic season. One of the best sports seasons I ever seen as a Philadelphia sports fan. Took him all the way to a Super Bowl. Saquon Barkley, the number 1 signing, free agent Philadelphia sports signing on the list.
I love it.
What are your thoughts?
Where's Sean Landetta?
Did not make the
How
list.
does he not make you that kid? How about Javon Curse, the freak?
He made the not great list.
No, look, the one I would say is
Foles is a reach.
Schwarber over Harper. That's interesting.
So Schwarber was brought in on a very matter-of-fact contract. It's making $20 million a year. Yeah, and Schwarber's had more impact.
Harper also does a little bit more at the old yard.
Plays first base.
And he played outfield. Came over, plays first base. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying that at all. I just think it was interesting. And I would be one.
You would put Harper higher up on the list.
Man.
Where does Saquon rank?
That's pretty good. I think it's hard to argue because the Super Bowl.
And
he was it.
He came here almost as damaged goods.
Yeah.
And Howie was like, wow, we can get this dude.
That was a Howie move. You saw that from a million miles away. If you're a Philadelphia sports fan, you knew that Howie was going to be in the mix. Now, getting him is a different story. That's why I like this Sorsby conversation. Like, nah, man, that ain't Howie. That's not how he operates. But
Yeah.
Saquon, hell yeah. No, I can't argue that. That's a number one. Yep.
And Wheeler's been so good. Woo.
He really has.
Some guys that I considered. John Runyon.
That's a good
9
one.
years, anchor of that line. Didn't make the list. Malcolm Jenkins, it was between Foles and Malcolm Jenkins. Malcolm Jenkins was so good, was a big part of that Super Bowl team, was not only a great player, but he was also a great leader. Brought that locker room together.
Flipped the culture to a point, right?
He did,
Or
sure.
he took the culture up another level. Let's put it that way. But, yeah. Malcolm,
Six seasons, I think, with the Eagles, so he was considered. Nick Foles, he's on my back. They won a Super Bowl.
it's hard to argue.
Yeah.
Saquon at 1, though, I'm in. I'll sign
right.
off on it. I co-sign that.
Dutch, your thoughts?
I agree wholeheartedly. The whole list.
The whole list?
Correct.
You're not supposed to agree.
That's the problem. I know. It's a good list, Johnny. Good list.
I tried to give a little love to the special teamer in Sean Ladena.
All right, coming up, Sean, there's a date out there.
Oh, speaking of the birds, we got a date in August to lock it in. As a matter of fact, 2 dates that we are putting on the calendar for Middays and Marks as we are going to be talking about
Club
it.
Hurt's going to be.
It'll be featured,
All right.
definitely.
And then we have an update with Ray.
Yeah, also Ray. Ray just checked in live from Jamaica, man. We got 2 updates in 1 text. I can't wait to give them to you.
All right, it's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, but first, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what are you doing tonight? Well, why don't you come down and hang out with me at Craft Hall on Delaware Ave for tonight's Modelo Match Nights. That's right. The action's kicking off at 5 p.m., so be sure to get there a little early. Grab a seat and settle in before the match starts. We got France and we got Iraq taking place in South Philadelphia at Philadelphia Stadium, formerly Lincoln Financial Field. All right, so join me 5 to 7, 10 night, catching all the soccer action. Modelo serving up $6 Modelo drafts. We got $20 Modelo pitchers all event long. Plus, great giveaways courtesy of the Fanatic and Modelo. I'm talking U.S. men's national team, autographed jerseys, stickers, T-shirts, the Modelo boot glassware. You got to have one of those, John. You'll love it. Plus, like I said, when you get there, you'll have a chance to win John Paul's ball, which has been given away by the folks over at Modelo. All the details can be found at 975thefanatic.com. It's Modelo Match Nights. And once again, we changed it up from Morgan's Pier. We're going inside to Craft Hall. So I'll see you tonight for Modelo Match Nights.
The NBA draft is tomorrow.
The San Luquito piece that came out with Carson Wentz, and
Oh yeah.
so there was a lot of defense of Carson. I guess what I'm saying is, independent of Carson Wentz, does it feel like the Eagles have Jalen Hurts' back after everything that's been put out there in the media and everything?
I mean, I don't feel like they've run the bus over him, but I do remember when the Carson Wentz article came out, they went into a damage control mode. I think they had Carson meeting with some reporters afterward to give his side of the story and clear the air. And I don't know if their reaction this time around is a result of that, like a byproduct of, do we really have to do this every time, because it's really not necessary, or if it's because they just don't. I don't think it's because of their relationship with Jalen Hurts right now. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think that it's Philly. This is going to happen. Stories are going to come out. It's been coming out even before Carson. So you have like different people in charge now too. It's not Doug Peterson and his crew anymore. So I don't. I thought Howie didn't do the greatest job of backing up Jalen Hurts, but I also didn't think he was like rolling the. Some people interpreted it as that's messaging from Howie. I didn't interpret it that way at all.
With Lamar,
it's changed. You're right.
But he's won the MVP and he's never made a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And Lamar's not 25 years old, right? Josh Allen, as far as I'm concerned, needs to start getting criticized. Because if you're going to hold everybody to the same standard, then guess what? Josh, you haven't been to a Super Bowl. It can't be the team's fault every time. Joe Burrow took a terrible organization to the Super Bowl, right? So Joe Burrow, just by going to a Super Bowl, kind of gets checked off that list. It's like, all right, you're not in the same. No, like Justin Herbert. I mean, what are we doing here? Justin Herbert's not in this rookie contract.
Nope.
Justin Herbert's lost how many big games?
A lot.
A lot, right? Is it all his fault? It doesn't matter if it's all his fault. It doesn't matter. It's the quarterback. And Justin Herbert, how many playoff games has Justin Herbert won? Has he? Has he won one? We're back. Middays with Marks. A couple voice memos that we have coming up here in the chamber. 2 o'clock. They're going to rename the show from Unfiltered to Harper Haters. Got Ricky and Bill coming up.
You pissed me off.
Yep. Talking to Ricky a little bit. I don't want to steal his thunder, but not a lot of. I don't know what it is. Not a lot of people happy for Bryce Harper because he got the cycle. And he celebrated afterwards. Sean Kincade, he's selfish because he was celebrating. Okay. All right. And a nice achievement in his career, Sean. Now everybody wants to be mad at him.
I swear to you, I heard a national pundit say that, like, talking about Bryce Harper, he needs to lead more about enthusiasm, smiling more. I swear I just heard this. And, like, now he shows emotion after getting
well, you know why? Because it was a personal stat. It's not about the team. Even though they're winning 13-1.
In June.
So
a June 21st ball game or June 20th ball game.
We have a couple things here. Yeah. He obviously knew from the crack of the bat he needed a triple. He knew he needed a triple. He's never had a cycle before in his career. He gapped it.
Mm-hmm.
So off the crack of the bat, he was pretty much going for 3 unless he wasn't going for 3.
You think he hit it in the alleyway on purpose? Do you think he did that?
Definitely.
Yep, I think, yeah.
Yeah, there's some tinfoil hat people around here thinking the Mets were in on it. and that really happened.
I'm handing out red cards left and right around this place.
Give him the red card.
You gave him straight red with a take.
The Mets are in on it. The Mets wanted them to get the cycle because Major League Baseball, they want it. That's what they want. Let's get Bryce Harper a cycle. How can we do it?
I stumbled into this. I don't know why I bought these. I know why I bought
soccer
this.
Season.
Yeah, for soccer season.
So explain for the people. Sean's holding a red and a yellow card.
Yeah.
If somebody does something at the station or in general.
Just handing them out. Red, yellow. You get 2 yellows, you're out. See ya.
You gave yourself a red card already.
I did. Straight red. For a terrible take, you get a straight red. Duts.
Yep.
I don't want to hear anything crazy. Nah, I kid. So having some fun. I gave him the Petrilli, too, because Petrilli's a madman on the video. Make sure you're following us. That club hurts.
Club hurts.
If they're not in the club, you're getting the red card, Joe.
There's been, those Club Hurts stickers that are being put on poles around the Delaware Valley.
I saw.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Follow at Club Hurts. The email's clubhurts1 at Gmail. You want to be part of the most exclusive club? Well, they have one. I'm the other club. I'm Objective Club Hurts. And I'm picking up some followers. I did a voice memo to the show
You
On
did?
Friday, yeah.
Ah.
Saying screw Club Hurts, objective Club Hurts is where you need to be.
Cease and desist. I gotta get my lawyers up and
I
going
called
here.
you guys sycophants. Like we are. You take it too far. All right, anyway,
Oh,
what
yeah,
do we
take
got?
it too far for our starting quarterback who's a Super Bowl champion. You know, if we're going to do it, might as well do it for him. What do we have? All right, a couple quick ones.
Yep.
First and foremost, you love some dates. Let's put some dates on our calendar. The Philadelphia Eagles have been announced as far as when they will be starting training camp, John, which is always a fun thing. Training camp officially begins for the Philadelphia Eagles on July the 28th. Now, that's not what I want you to put into your calendar. What I want you to put in your calendar is August 19th and 20th. And you know why I'm telling you those dates there, John?
No.
Because that will be when the one and only
They said I was a diva.
comes back to town. I believe it's here. It is the split
No, it's in
squad.
Foxborough.
Is in, okay, so it's in Foxborough. Split squad practices on the 19th and the 20th. Eagles and the Patriots. That's right.
They said I was a diva.
So the joint practice dates have come out.
That's it. Joint practice dates August 19th, August 20th, in Foxborough, yes. So let's go. Football season will be here before we know it.
Are we going to go up there and broadcast from? Is there a PJ Wheelahan's in Foxborough or anything we could broadcast live from?
I'm not scared.
Probably not.
Quinion's got it. Quinion's got it. We'll be all good.
Yeah, and Quinion is silent but deadly, right? He's not going to get any, lip. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, because if you believe what everything's written about Jalen Hurts, none of his teammates like him. So when they go up there, they're going to be dapping AJ, showing
They said I
love.
was a diva.
They might be doing
And if
that.
they're mic'd up, you're going to hear somebody go, "Hey, man, just to let you know, I'm going to let you catch all these passes because I hate Jalen Hurts." That's what's going to happen.
Yep.
Now, I'm not believing that.
All right. By the way, I'm still waiting. John Kincade promised me a hit piece on AJ Brown after he was traded. It's been a while now. Just saying, are they finalizing an article?
That would be a good time to put it out, August 15th.
Oh, wait till then.
Right?
Great idea.
So, yes.
Right before it, because that's a Wednesday. So if you put it out on a Tuesday or a Monday leading into that week, is that what they're waiting for?
Think so, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, exactly. All right, and then finally, update from Ray.
Yep.
Do you have any Jamaican music? We got any reggae? Can I get some reggae?
See, you have to teach the young man how to produce, Sean.
No, give me some reggae here,
We
Duts.
got to ask him during the
the
break.
issue. You know what the issue is?
No,
The updates.
he's too worried about
He's
having
got
to
a
do the
lot.
updates.
He's got a lot.
On his plate. Yeah, I know
man.
how we can fix that. Get rid of the updates.
I
Not that I.
I agree.
Well, no,
I
actually,
agree.
no. I just let's bring
Yeah.
the curtain back. I don't need updates on the show.
All right, so here's Ray. He just checked in because I'm wondering what the count is. I'm drinking rum and Red Bull. That's a reggae song. He says, I have not finished logging last night, but the drink over, I think, was hit. So that was from last night. Really not clear English here.
Sorry, went over.
Yep. Mental math and today's hungover golf suggests that I did. Also, he said his body is 70% red stripe and rum right now. Nice.
Well, it's Monday. He got there on
Friday.
Saturday. He flew. Did he fly out Friday?
Friday.
night?
Yeah, because I was live at Live Casino because he wasn't able to do it.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
Yes, no. So last day he worked was Thursday. So he's been out there Friday. He flew in Friday.
Friday.
So he had all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and now we're Monday. And he was drinking on the way to the airport.
Yeah, man.
And the airport.
4 straight.
And maybe the plane. Yep.
It's good to be Ray.
Is Ray gonna look when he comes back? Is he gonna look frail and sunburned?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'd kill to look frail.
No, man.
How do I get that?
No.
Are you kidding me? I'm plump like a ballpark Frank right now.
You do look plump.
I am. Oh, dude,
But you look good in that shirt.
Dude, look at this. Look at this neck.
Yeah, but you have the beard. Don't shave your beard.
I got Dre's got 70% red stripe. I got 70% Modelo running through my veins.
I was trying to find something on the. I was searching Bernie from Broomall. Remember we used to prank him, and Jim Rome would call him.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
trying to find one of those pranks, and what came up was you on doing something on YouTube, and it was very thin face, no beard, soul patch Sean.
That was a different, different time. Young Sean back in those days. Yeah, when I met my wife, I didn't have a beard. Think about that. And then, literally the next week, I grew a beard.
That was on the YouTube channel. The oldest video on the channel is Sean kicking a field goal or trying to kick a field goal in the office.
That wasn't good.
Yep.
I miss both.
Maybe on Thursday we start bringing back some of the stuff we've done on YouTube.
I'm in.
I would do so many things to let the people hear your interviews. I used to do
Well,
back
no,
in
so
the day.
so I interviewed some porn star that was going to be a club
So
stay, I
awkward.
think. Yeah, go figure. You put me like, hey, interview this adult star on the couch in here to.
Well, what
promote
do you do for work?
I remember I tweeted something along the lines of like, there is a girl in here who is the best at her craft, and not in those exact words. And the Hagen was not happy.
I bet.
Hey, what is the tweet? What are you doing? What is going on?
What do you want? Like you're putting us in a situation to fail. Like, is there any easy way to do that? Like, hey, do a video with an adult star.
She's very good at what she does.
And at the time, YouTube wasn't even really a thing.
No,
you know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
We're going back, like 13 years or so.
It's a different world.
It sure was. All right, voice memos coming up next, 610-632-0975. So you want to get the voice memo in, the text message, or the phone call, 610-632-0975. That's the Davis Honda text line. That's the phone number. Coming up, Giannis, not going to be in Milwaukee. Where is he going? We'll give you the latest update on that. And how are we feeling about the Phils heading into this series? That's all coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Now,
You just win one.
the Fanatic Sports Update.
1 day away from the draft. I'm Brandon Dutz, and we are just 1 day away from the NBA draft, where Mike Ganzi will make his first selection as president of basketball operations at the 22nd overall pick. Sticking with the NBA, all the talk right now surrounds Giannis Antetokounmpo and when he'll be traded. Right now, it seems to be a two-way race between the Celtics and the Heat. With Giannis expected to be moved in the next 24 hours, we'll keep you updated once we have more. The Phillies will head to D.C. to go up against the Nationals, but still have yet to name a starter for tonight's game after sending Andrew Painter down to Lehigh Valley earlier last week. Some news for the Eagles. It was announced earlier that training camp will kick off on July 28th, and there was a big-time trade in the NHL yesterday with the Senators sending Brady Tkachuk to the Florida Panthers for 3 first-round picks and a second-round pick. And the U.S. men's team took down Australia on Friday and have advanced to the round of 32 in the World Cup, winning their group for the first time since 2010. This update is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell's new jalapeno citrus salad, the sauce with the main character energy at participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only while supplies last. I'm Brandon Dutz on the home of the 76ers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic app.
I knew he threw a bunch of interceptions that one game against Houston. That was a loss, obviously. And then I think last year he was able to get a win, right? Let me pull that up.
All I'm saying is, at what point do these quarterbacks start getting criticized? Lamar Jackson's fair game. He's not winning the big game. That's a good organization. Now they have a new head coach coming in. And I like Lamar. The dude just needs to get to a Super Bowl, period.
He hasn't won one.
He hasn't won Are you crazy? And when people talk about Justin Herbert nationally, oh, my God, Justin Herbert, what a great quarterback, what a great player. Even the one time we were talking about him on the air after he lost the playoff game, it was like, oh, that's the offensive line. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
But where are the details on Jalen Hurts? The only details we worry about are Jalen Hurts. Lamar Jackson gets a little bit of it.
You know the saying up the creek
without a paddle?
Yeah. I love how everybody's like, go get Mike Trout, go get this guy, go get that guy, go get Christian Walker. What the hell are you going to trade for him?
Well, then that leads me to my next question for you.
Unbelievable.
When you look at their top 10 prospects,
yep,
talking about the Phillies, Aiden Miller still ranked number 1, although he's hurt. And number 2, quickly rising up the ranks, is Gage Wood. Would either one of those guys be untouchable for you at this?
All right, back middays with Marks. The guys are coming up next. I see Patricia Caputo's in the house. She was involved on the Davis Honda text line. She said a trick, because I had said earlier when we were making breakfast on Father's Day, if you get eggshells in the eggs, you get the eggshell, and then you put it in the eggs, and it acts like a magnet to get the eggshells. It picks it up very easily.
Really?
Because that's what my wife was saying, because I put my finger in it,
Yeah.
and I just drug it up and then got it out.
Yeah.
I'm a man. That's what men do.
I do the spoon. I'm more of a spooner.
Spoon?
Yeah.
Are you a spooner?
I haven't spooned my wife in forever. No. Yeah, those days are long
Really?
gone.
The spooning days?
You
are
think
over?
she wants me to spoon her?
No.
Definitely not. I mean, hey, all you husbands out there that are able to spoon your wife, God bless.
Would you like more spooning in your relationship?
Yeah, there's times.
You could use a little bit more
But
cuddling.
the spooning days are gone, though, right?
They are gone. Yep, spooning days are gone.
They were fun.
Were they?
That's how you end up with 2 kids, because of spooning.
And that's why you don't spoon anymore.
That's it. And then you don't see how everything runs together.
Dutz looks like a big-time spooner for me.
Get down to the business, Johnny. No need for the spooning, man.
Yeah, you're not.
I don't need to waste my time.
Wait
Get
a
down to the
minute.
spooning.
Yeah, but what about no? But what about afterwards? I'm not talking about some hoochie. I'm talking about you had a girlfriend not long ago.
Yeah.
Who got the hooch?
He doesn't look like a big-time physical contact hugger.
That's real nice, John.
No, not in a bad way. My daughter Lena isn't she won't let me kiss her on the cheek. She'll pull away every time. I got to kiss her on the top of the head.
Yeah, that was my mom too.
Okay.
I got credibility here.
What about are you a snuggler?
Everything starts with touch, though. Dutch. Everything starts,
hugging, high five.
Like I'm reading this book. Like if you want to eventually get laid, you can't just expect in the midnight, 6 p.m. to hit the gas pedal. All of a sudden she's
Hey,
gonna
honey,
move.
I love
no,
you.
Yeah, it starts in the morning.
If you're reading a book on how to get laid, you're not getting laid. I hate to break it to you.
A little subtle touch, in the kitchen, a little bump. Oh, that's how it starts.
Oh, does that work for you?
This is what the book is telling me to do.
Are you really reading a book?
I'm trying.
What's the name of it?
There's something about love languages,
Oh, love language.
Yeah,
I've heard
yeah.
a lot about love languages. Oh my God! Like to take the love language and shove it up somewhere. Are you
Right
really
there.
reading the love language book?
No, you think I'm reading a book like that? No.
I don't know.
I glance around. I'm trying to, hone in I'm trying to be a better man every year, right? You can't just roll into the ball yard with the same old approach at the dish.
Well, you know why that is? Because you need to evolve as a man.
That's it.
And
she's evolving and constantly changing too.
And you need to make sure you're married because she's paying all the bills and your children and things like that.
That's a good
you gotta
point.
try to make them happy.
That's a very good point.
That's where I'm at.
Very good point. Yes.
Because I'm right with everything. I mean, sometimes you gotta change.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
All right, we have a voice memo on the Davis Honda text line. Go.
Austin from Fishtown, social media producer for Kincade, Salciunas, which airs
there he is.
on 97.5 The Fanatic, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. And I got to say, Johnny Marks, these people that are complaining about Bryce Harper, they're flat-out haters because this man has a career day at the plate. He achieves a milestone that he's never done before. And in a moment where we should be hyping him up and saying, yeah, perhaps Bryce Harper is elite, we're sitting here talking about how he apparently takes an extra bag, even though when he hit the ball in the gap, he was running like a bat out of hell and wasn't even planning to stop at second base. And he ends up on third, and guess what? That's called a triple. Why are we hating on our own man? This is why Philadelphia media gets some bad rap.
Uh-oh.
Now, Austin, I thought the same thing when I saw one tweet that was out there. And I was like, you know what? Like, when we get the reputation of we hate our athletes more than anybody else, that always bothers me because I'm not like that and I don't feel like that. But then you see something like this and I just don't understand it. I get it if you're trying to stick specifically with the rule and say, no, it's honestly like, hey, it's fine that Bryce Harper got a triple. He's lucky that the ball went home because he would have been a dead duck at third base, which he would have been.
Yes, he would have.
And here's another reason why it's not totally selfish. How many times have you seen Bryce Harper with a cycle not on the line make the same bad base running decision? He turns into an idiot when he's out there and he's trying to do too much.
Yep.
He does this stuff all the time because he's selfish or because he gets carried away.
It's a good point. He thinks he's Teflon out there on that base path.
Man, he drives me crazy with some of the bad base running decisions for sure. Man, they're up 13-1. The dude's trying to get a triple to get his first cycle of his career, and we're going to hate on him afterwards and call him selfish. Nah, I don't get it.
I think yesterday he had a double, and I felt like he could have legged it for 3, and he kind of just let it go. Just
because he didn't have, he
got in
didn't
a
have
second.
he didn't have a cycle on the line.
It was 13-1. Like, that is the end of the story, right? This game is in hand. It's the 3rd inning. You just tattooed this pitcher for 10 hits, 10 runs. You're 3 for 3. You're having yourself an old day at the yard. You come up, you put that ball in the gap. You're thinking 3, and that's it. There should be no issues with what he did. 13-1.
No, I mean, even the manager shouldn't. If he gets thrown out, like, that's the thing. Like, is Don Mattingly saying anything to him about it if he gets thrown out? No, of course he doesn't.
No, definitely.
No one cares. Unbelievable. And, like, are people checking in on the text line disagreeing? Because I know there's a lot of Harper haters out there. 610-632-0975. And by the way, I would love to argue with somebody about this. Bill and Ricky are coming up. I don't want to steal their thunder of their show. I'm going to see where they are. I'd love to argue with somebody.
Well, that's funny you say that, because something tells me that Austin Jones, who I love, I'm a big Austin Jones supporter, but maybe he wanted to get something off his chest, and he wasn't able to do so on the morning show, so that was him. He heard Kincade for 4 hours, and I don't know Tunes' take, and he was like, you know what? I need to get this off my chest.
That's why you do it.
That's why he called us.
Before the game on Saturday, when he talked about his philosophy base running, this is what I reacted to. And yes, it was selfish. And yes, he doesn't give a damn about the fundamentals. And yes, he does things selfishly. That's what I reacted to. That's John Kincade via text message. There you go. He didn't like it. So, do we have let me hear before the game when he's talking about the ghost of Bryce Harper. All right? I thought this was really cool. Like, this touched me. I don't know, man. Like, I must be on a different planet than a lot of Phillies fans out there.
I think you need to start a Bryce Harper club.
You know what? Club
Bryce.
Club Bryce. He might like it, too. All right, here's Bryce Harper before the game.
Yeah, I feel like every single year that I've ever played, since I was 7 years old, I've always, tried to be better than myself and be better each day. I was talking, to Gil about it as well. It's every bar I set for myself, right, from the time I was 7 years old till now. Number 1 pick, Golden Spikes, high school player of the year, all those things. I mean, I said from the first time when I was 10 years old, I was going to be the number 1 pick to my dad, and, I made it happen. So it's just I'm always chasing myself, trying to be better and trying to get better, trying to chase those dreams and aspirations that I have. And being 33, that's not going to change, right? So we're chasing one as a team right now, and my biggest thing on my mantle right now is not having a World Series.
Now, I'm making a T-shirt.
I love that. What is your T-shirt?
All right, Uncle Jamie already put it in ChatGPT.
The ghost?
And sent it, yeah.
The ghost in me?
I'm always chasing the ghost of myself.
How the heck is he? Wow, he was really the Baseball America Player of the Year in 2009.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and he dropped out of high school so he could get his GED so he could go play.
It was a sophomore year. It was a sophomore year in 2009. He hit 626, 14 RBIs, 55 doubles, 55 RBI, 22 doubles, 39 games.
Dude, people, this is for the YouTube chat and the Davis Honda text line. 610-632-0975. Do people not like Bryce Harper anymore? I know beginning of the season we sensed it. There was a little bit of a change. People reacted negatively after the way that he responded to the Dombrowski stuff. I don't know. I felt the change from fans a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All it takes is him performing well in the playoffs. I mean, I think that's more than anything. People are just like, even me, who's been I'm a Bryce fan. I'm a big Bryce fan. But I felt like that it was like, all right, I get it. You've done great so far. They didn't win a World Series. There's a lot more work to be done. But even I'm getting tired of just you wearing the Fanatic cleats. I don't like it. I'm happy that you do it. Fans like it or whatever. But I need Act 2 of Bryce Harper to start now. And it means big moments in the playoffs. It means let's get back to another World Series. It means, listen, man, the window of opportunity is really closing. And it is. Yep. So, like, what do you do? And he has to show up. Man, on Friday, I said, bro, if you're going to be an all-star, you can't hit under 250. He hits for the cycle on Saturday night.
And then had
a home run back-to-back.
Had a game last night. Like, dude's on fire right now. It's been a lot of fun this past weekend, that's for sure. And it's been a lot of fun watching him suit up for the Phillies since he's come here. But like he said, and like you pointed out, he needs to get this to the promised land. He needs to get to the World Series again. And even then, it's not good enough. It's got to become with a championship, right? Like, he got to the World Series already, and people still have that feeling about him. Oh, maybe it would be a different story if he gets to the postseason and he hits a couple home runs and you can really look back and say it wasn't his fault. Maybe it would be different then. But all in all, it hasn't happened yet.
Yep. What's it? I had something really good on the Bryce Harper stuff. All right, we have a Steve voice memo from Steve. Voice memo. Go ahead.
Steve, delivery driver, Accu, New Jersey. The Sixers and the draft tomorrow? Why the hell should I be excited? They're a dumpster fire going forward. I have no hope for this team. No hope. Basketball is dead in my soul, in my body, in Philadelphia, and there's nothing I can do about it. I have been held hostage for years.
There you go.
Steve, I feel the pain. I felt that. But, right, am I off by saying this, that it's new? There's a new sheriff in town.
Yeah.
It's Bob Myers. It's Mike Gansey.
I was agreeing with him the whole time. And then you brought up the new regime, and you're right.
I am with it, Steve, the caller, but like
you know why? It's hard to wipe the slate clean when we've had what we've had since the process.
Oh yeah.
But at least you have guys coming in now that recognize that, like, they have the emotional intelligence where they recognize where fans are, and they're not going to act like Daryl Morey, where Daryl Morey's like, everything, I'm great. I wasn't here for that. Tobias Harris, cookie crumble. No, these guys realize, it doesn't matter. The fact that Bob Myers and Gansey don't think that this is a championship caliber team right now is all I need to hear. They're not blowing smoke up our butt. If you would ask Daryl Morey that same question, he would have answered it much different.
We're a deep team.
Yeah, he said they were a deep team.
Yep.
What an idiot.
I want to give a shout out to Colin Gillespie. He signed a new deal over the weekend.
4 for 48.
Pretty good scratch.
Colin Gillespie, a big part of the show.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm ever going to see him at Ravens Claw ever again. He's probably going to be joining a private club moving forward. But, yeah, Colin Gillespie, shout out. Nice work by him there.
Yeah, so if you didn't hear the show, we're at the PGA before Rodamink. And we're there the day before the tournament started. We're in the big merch as like a mall.
Mm-hmm.
And Sean spots somebody, and I have no idea who it is, and it was Colin Gillespie. And after some prodding, he came on the air with us for a couple minutes.
Kind of made him feel bad.
Great.
Yeah, it made him feel bad. But that's all right. He joined in. That's all. You got to get the job done. I did.
That was really cool.
He hopped on.
So Schwarber hitting 3 home runs. I mean, it hasn't been brought up, so I'm going to have to pat myself on the back. So I do my Bet Parks pick of the day. I put them out on social media 4 or 5 times a week.
All right.
On Saturday, my Bet Parks pick of the day, I went Schwarbomb, and then I even said in the video, I'm sprinkling for 2.
Ooh.
When he hits home runs, he hits a lot. He hits them in bunches. So he had 1 home run in his last 7 games, and he had 3 in June. And it just felt like a night that they were going to go nuts, and they did. 2 Schwarber home runs paid plus 1,800.
No way.
Oh yeah,
2 home runs for Schwarber, 1,800. Wow,
plus 1,800, and it was plus 220 for 1.
What if 3 fetched?
I'm looking it up right now because actually
had to be like in the 36 mark, not 40. I don't think that much, but
3 was 12,000.
Stop. Well,
Kyle Schwarber, because. So the last time I I did a bet of 2 home runs in a game for Schwarber, this is the game he had 4.
Yeah.
This dude's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. And if you measure it up against what he's been able to do since he's come to Philly, it's, the numbers that he's putting up are up there even more than Shohei and the home runs he's been hitting. Like, he is the number 1 home run hitter in the game.
He's the guy.
I love reading the articles. You now are reading the articles from Chicago Cubs and the Red Sox out there. They're like, how do we let this guy leave? Well, you did.
You let him leave.
Yep.
Because if you think about it, if you gave him $22 million a year because he signed a $20 million contract, you'd probably get him.
Yep.
So I was saying, I was talking to Colorullo in the back about the free agent list, and we were discussing, because really, you can make the case that Wheeler's over Schwarber, Schwarber's over Wheeler, or whatever you want to do. He was talking about Bryce maybe being over Schwarber. Man, the fact that Schwarber was only $20 million a year, and anybody in baseball could have had him. All you had to do was beat the Phillies offer. Philadelphia's probably a good destination. Because Bill had said, yeah, but does he sign here if Harper's not already here? Yeah, why wouldn't he?
Yeah.
If you write the biggest check, he's not signing with the Pirates or a team like that. You're signing with a team with a high payroll. Anyway, Phils are actually underdogs tonight plus 100 because they have the bullpen game. We don't know. At the very least, it's going to be somebody from the minors, and then it's going to be an extended bullpen game. But a Schwarber home run tonight, is it a smart move tonight, Sean Brace, for Kyle Schwarber? Yes, right now in the Bet Parks app. Yes is plus 245. No is minus 335.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Griffin's been pretty good. They're going up against in his last 3. So he's actually pitching better than he has all season, believe it or not. I don't hate it. I wouldn't doubt him. But like you said, it's in bunches. So does he get the party started down in D.C. tonight? That yard with a home run, with a smash? Yeah, I can see it happening. Why not?
James Woods plus 285.
He's a monster.
He's a monster. And that's have a pretty good team. They're still teetering a little bit over 500 right now. You can't go down there and think that because you're the Phillies and you've been rolling. It's interesting. I'll be curious to see how they look because they really after that first game on Thursday against the Mets, the bats got hot. So now you don't have a day off. You got to go down there to DC. It's kind of it's not really a home field advantage. You'll probably have more Phillies fans than Nats fans down there. At least that's the way it's going to sound. So you wonder if they go down there and they're flat, and this is one of these series where it's like, all right, here we go. Because they've been killing it under Don Mattingly, man. 33-16 under Donnie Baseball.
Best in the baseball over that stretch. Best in baseball. Washington leads Major League Baseball with 416 runs scored. How about that? You never see the Nats leading anything as far as substance is concerned on offense. But here we are through June 22nd, first in runs scored. Some interesting stuff there.
Some people, I get some reaction on the top 5 list. Pete Rose not being on the list.
I see a lot of Pete Rose love.
Asante
was a hell of a get. Hell of a get. Pete Rose should make the list because he was the one essentially that they look back at and say, yeah, once he came here, that kind of changed the mentality.
You brought him in to put him over the top.
Put him over the hump, yeah. Kind of like Moses a little bit with the Sixers. But obviously Moses was acquired.
But Pete also wasn't the same player. Moses was MVP level, and Pete was very much in his late 30s. Not that he still wasn't an effective player, but if you look at his numbers, he wasn't all that great. Let me see. Because 1979 was his first year. They didn't make the playoffs that year. And then they made a managerial move. And then, in 1980, Pete was 39 years old.
Wow.
He batted 282 in 1980, so still a very good year. He batted 331 at age 38 in 1979. Now, he never had power or anything like that, but, dude, he was just up there hitting, man. Unbelievable with Pete Rose.
Pete.
I guess could have been considered on the list.
Yeah.
But I went with Nick Foles. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. Are we going to get an update on Club Hurts at all today?
Club Hurts update. We'll put that on the shelf till tomorrow because we had a bunch of videos, a bunch of people checking in. We will have an update. Club Hurts tomorrow. T-shirts are being moved. I got to finalize some numbers there. We got stickers that are being put around the Delaware Valley. Unbelievable stuff. People are. Matter of fact, we had a video today. Guy is locking in his place in the parade up on Frankfurt
and Cottman.
There you go, Cottman. Yep.
A Club Hurts?
Yeah, Club Hurts. This guy's an official member. He has a chair right now. Frankfurt and Cottman.
Is he waiting until they win this year?
Until we get a Super Bowl, baby.
Wow. So you're almost at 500 followers. I got 45.
Well, keep
Follow
fighting.
Objective Club Hurts.
Keep fighting. And, oh, by the way, go hire a guy like Brendan Petrilli. That's the best thing you could do for your brand.
He's the best marketing guy?
Yes, he is.
All right. 610-632-0975 with the YouTube chat recap coming up here. And we'll get into everything else. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic, back right after this.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Drafts are here. I'm Brandon Dutz, and this update is brought to you by Auriglio. Join Sean Brace today from 5 to 7 p.m. at Kraft Hall on Delaware Ave in Philly for a Modelo match night. Enjoy $6 Modelo drafts, $20 Modelo pitchers, and awesome soccer giveaways. Details at 975thefanatic.com. It'll be a busy week for our winter teams as both the NBA and NHL drafts take place, with the 76ers getting the first crack at things tomorrow night, holding the 22nd overall pick. Adam Aronson of the Philly Voice joined Kincade and Salciunas to share what we can expect tomorrow night.
I think this roster is largely going to look pretty similar when the 26-27 season opens next year. I would expect that the Sixers stick and pick at 22 overall tomorrow. Maybe they could trade into the second round on Wednesday if the price is right.
Some news for the Eagles. It was announced earlier that training camp will kick off on July 28th, and the Phillies will head to D.C. after taking the series against the Mets, but haven't named a starter for today's game. It would have been Andrew Painter's turn in the rotation before he was sent back to Lehigh Valley. And in the World Cup, the U.S. men's team took down Australia on Friday and have advanced to the round of 32, winning their group for the first time since 2010. This update is sponsored by Discover. Discover wants everyone to feel special. That's why they double all cashback you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card. I'm Brandon Dutz on the home of the 76ers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Headline, if it meant you could get that impact outfielder, would you trade Gage Wood? Would you trade Aiden Miller? Because here's where I am, Ricky, before you answer. I'm very concerned about the future of the Philadelphia Phillies, right? I'm very concerned that the farm system has been depleted. But at the same time, I don't believe it's going to be Gage Wood that's going to make or break this team 3 or 4 years from now. Because guess what happens 3 or 4 years from now? You got a lot of old guys on this team. So you need to go all in now because it's your best chance in the next 5 years. If they don't go all in at this deadline and do everything possible to fix this lineup or fix the back end of the bullpen before Duran, maybe even get another starter, you're not going to win a World Series. And if you don't win a World Series this season, there could be a lockout next year. You might not have Zach Wheeler in 2028. Harper's going to be 2 years older. Schwarber's going to be 2 years older. Realmuto's going to be 2 years older. Trey Turner's going to be 2 years older. Like, you see where if you don't do it this year, the future does not look bright for the Philadelphia Phillies, and you don't have any prospects that are coming to save the day. So it's weird because I'm not sure, even if they go out at the deadline and they get an impact bat in the outfield or they get another reliever, that they're even going to be good enough to beat the Dodgers at that point. But I think you are forced, if you're Dombrowski, to at least try.
Should the Phillies trade for Mike Trout? Should the Phillies trade for Scooble? Because you know what? Here, kids, the Phillies don't have what it takes to get either player. Spoiler alert, they don't have the quality of talent that it would take to get the two most sought-after players that could be available at the trade deadline. Now, there will be a lot of gas bags in this market. Hopefully they're not in this building that will tell you, oh, they should go get Scooble. They should go get Mike Trout. They can't get Mike Trout. Here's the reason. The Phillies have problems right now. Can they go to their minor league system and go get some top prospects? Somebody to call up that everybody would say, hey, this could solve a problem? Andrew was just talking about it. Hell no. It looks like the picked over shelves at a Giant the day before a blizzard. They got nobody. Nobody's coming to save the day from the minor league system. There is nothing coming to help the problem. So if you don't have prospects that are ready to come up and ready to help you at the major league level, how do you think you are going to be able to get one of the top pitchers on the market or top players on the market? Especially one of the top players on the market who has every opportunity in his entire career to come here and play and has rejected it. Could have found his way here on his own and rejected it. Would rather play in anonymity in the shadow of Disneyland. No. What it is the Phillies don't have it. You know who does? The Dodgers, the Braves, the Yankees, other franchises who are contenders that are right now, by the way, teams that are better.
First of all, starting the tweet with sorry Philly fans. Like, what are you sorry about? Like, what do we need to be sorry about? Like, the New York Knicks fans who looked like absolute trash half of this finals, and I know it's not all of them, half of this finals doing the stuff they were doing in the streets, beating people up, doing all this ridiculous stuff. That, number one, we're supposed to feel good for them? Or how about the fans that came down to Xfinity Mobile Arena and they chanted bleep and bead as loud as they possibly could every single time they were in the building? We're supposed to feel good for them? And then even if they didn't do any of that stuff, even if they were the greatest fans in the world, we're Philadelphia. That's New York. New York looks down on this city. They've always looked down on this city. They've always accused us of being a second-rate city. We're supposed to feel good? Oh, but poor Knicks fans. They've waited since 1973, and if you don't appreciate that, you don't like sports. Get the hell out of here with that. I'm not going to feel good for these ridiculous Knicks fans. Do you think those Knicks fans felt good for Philadelphia in Super Bowl 52? Were they out on the street saying, wow, look how united the city of Philadelphia is. Yay, Philly. Yay. Come on with that stuff. Get out of here. And every fan is coming at Sealski, and they're right. Like, don't lecture the city of Philadelphia. With what we've had to put up with from New York, we're now supposed to be, yay, Knicks fans. Like, I appreciate what Brunson did and Josh Hart and Karl Anthony Towns and OG Anunoby. Like, I feel good for the players. I feel good for the players. They deserved it. They earned it. They're a likable team. But to sit here and lecture the Philadelphia fans that we're supposed to feel good for the Knicks fans? Come on, Mike.
Kappa, really, was it a long weekend? Did it feel like a long weekend for you? Was it a short weekend?
It was
right?
it was a short weekend. Actually, it wasn't even a weekend, John. There was no weekend.
Well, you worked.
Yeah.
Did you work yesterday or?
No.
Okay.
Had off yesterday.
But you had doubles on Friday and Saturday.
Doubles Friday, triples on Saturday.
And you have something today.
And I got something today. I'll be at Craft Beer Hall, 5 p.m. today.
Because the weather's not supposed to be nice?
No, apparently not. Let me pull up that Doppler. I'm a big Doppler guy. Let's check it out.
So you look at the Doppler. I just go to the unreliable iPhone.
No, yeah, I'm a Doppler guy because I could see this. When you work at a golf course, this is what you live by.
It's a little bit later. There's going to be some rain.
All right, so it looks like nothing too crazy, Hell, we should have moved. Let's move it back to Morgan's Pier. No, that's all right. Yeah, no rain. No rain till later tonight, till 7. So that game should be over. Nice. All right, see y'all at Craft Beer Hall tonight.
All right.
5 p.m.
There you go. And we just heard before we came back, we're at Parks Casino, the Bet Parks Sports Lounge.
Let's go.
Wednesday. And Ray should be back. Now, I don't know if Ray's going to be coming here, or I guess I should find out from Vito if he's on location with us or he's staying here. He might want to stay here if he just was binging in Jamaica. They're going to a casino, but so we'll be there Wednesday. So everybody up there, Parks Casino in Ben Salem, check it out. All right, a couple things, and then we'll get to your weekend recap. Linda Cohn's retiring from SportsCenter.
No.
And ESPN, 34 years. Is she a Mount Rushmore?
Wow.
Mount Rushmore SportsCenter anchors. It's hard to leave her off, but it's also hard to put her on. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
All right. So who, without a doubt's on it? Because, listen.
Dan Patrick.
Berman's an OG, but he didn't do it a lot.
Correct. We're talking SportsCenter.
SportsCenter anchors, yes.
Dan Patrick.
Gotta be.
Stu Scott.
Gotta be.
Has to be.
Has to be. Stu, Dan.
Now, if you ask the ESPN people, I think they would say Keith Olbermann's got to be on that list. I'm not. I'm not putting Olbermann on that list. One, he's an absolute psycho. Two, Dan is fine. So they were the tandem. They were the two.
That was the bet, but it didn't also. How long did they do it for? Because the longevity of some of these guys, and Dan hasn't been SportsCenter in a really long time.
No, definitely not.
All right, so I'm looking at this Bleacher Report list. All right,
yep.
You got to go all the way down to the end of the article to get because like Chris Berman's like if you're doing ESPN, he's obviously he should be number one on the list. Maybe Stephen A. takes over.
Mm-hmm.
So they have Dan Patrick 1.
Yeah,
89 through 2006. All right, John Anderson number 2. John Anderson number 2.
Oh man, that's a pretty weak number 2. With all love and respect to John Anderson, he didn't do much. He was just your normal anchor. Like he was just
99. Is he still on there? I don't know how old this list is.
Okay.
But so John Anderson 3. Rich Eisen.
Yeah, Rich is one of those guys.
Yeah, but 96 through 2003, but definitely one of the elite guys. Him and Stu Scott. It was Dan Patrick and Oberman, and then because Rich Eisen's doing a podcast. What's it called? The podcast he's doing with the SportsCenter Nostalgia.
Yeah. It's running it back. Yeah.
It's awesome. He had Dan Patrick on it, and Dan was telling a story about how him and Stewart didn't necessarily get along because they were both so competitive.
Mm-hmm.
And Rich Eisen wanted to take over when Oberman left, and Stuart Scott wasn't happy that Eisen wanted the job with Dan Patrick. It was very interesting. The entire story was very interesting. Number 4, Kenny Mayne.
Kenny Mayne.
I
dig it.
But top 5, Kenny Mayne. I think Kenny Mayne's fine. He's a little odd. He does offbeat stuff. He's great at doing SportsCenter. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
A top 5. See, I got to put Linda Cohn over Kenny Mayne. Linda Cohn's 5 on this list. 1992 until now, 34 years. Stu Scott, Oberman 7. Van Pelt's got to be on the list.
Yeah, SVP would be on my list. Has to be. Yeah, SVP, because, again, we're talking SportsCenter. Still to this day, he is doing SportsCenter. Now, that's...
Yeah. At night. He does he does the SVP at night. I don't know how you can do this for this long, and there's not something wrong with you. You do SportsCenter every single day. You have your 48 weeks a year that you work, the 5 days a week that you work.
Well, I think he gets a little more than that off.
You're right. He's probably 40.
And he is paid. Dude, he's got a house in the Keys.
And he's got millions of dollars.
He's got a house in the Keys, bro.
I know.
He's got multiple houses. He does whatever he wants.
I couldn't do it.
He just has to be available at night.
When do you think Scott Van Pelt started?
Well, he was at the Golf Channel during Tiger's start, so I would say like late 90s, like 99?
2001.
2001. Okay.
25 years. He's got to be on the Mount Rushmore. Dutch, who? Because you're younger, what do you even think of SportsCenter? You don't even watch it.
I never really watched it. Any of ESPN, I was never a big SportsCenter guy.
So weird. And not that you're weird, but it's different for us because that was the only option.
Yeah, growing up, yeah. I used to watch MLB Network when I grew up, but I really never watched anything outside of that.
They didn't have live SportsCenters in the morning until what year?
Oh God, yeah, that's funny you would bring that up.
Middle of 2000s. Live SportsCenter in morning started when? You know what they used to do, Dutz? They would record Patrick and Oberman's or whoever's last SportsCenter, and they would just run the same thing over and over and over again in the morning up until maybe 10 o'clock. When did it start? It was weird.
No, you're right about that, and I would watch every minute of it too.
I did too.
The replay, the whole 9.
I did too.
Yep, and that was the best. I mean, that's how sports was the best back then. It really was. 90s NBA. You had Sosa, McGuire going head to head.
All right, tell me if you liked any of these. Trey Wingo.
Trey Wingo, not as a Sports Center. I didn't mind Trey when he'd do the NFL show.
NFL Live.
Yep. NFL
Susie
Live.
Culver. Yeah, Susie was fine. She moved on to bigger things.
Yeah, she was all right.
Bucci Gross.
Bucci Man, still doing it.
Craig Kilborn.
And Bucci Man's I got a picture of him. He got some plugs.
Did he?
Oh, did he ever?
Did he get Morgenstern hair?
He needed to see Morgenstern. I don't think it was on that level, to be honest with you. As a bald man over here. Who's the next guy you said?
Craig Kilborn.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
3 years.
Yeah, I was going to say, he wasn't there that long.
But that was the Big Show era.
Yeah.
Did some good shows.
Craig Kilborn.
All right. Do we have the weekend to wrap up, Sean Brace?
Yes, we do. Hit me with some music there, Dutsy, as I am going to recap. Oh, yeah, a little NFL music. On Fox? Yeah, whatever.
Why not?
Yeah, sure. NFL season right around the corner. Well, we open up with the U.S. Open. We hit on this on Friday. A little all over the place due to some bad weather up in Shinnecock. And I'll tell you what, that might be a beautiful course. It might have been difficult, but I am not a fan of anything New York these days. And I didn't like the fact that fans literally had to leave Shinnecock at 6 p.m. to catch the final shuttle/train to Manhattan. I didn't think it was a good look. I thought the course was pretty cool, but other than that, I don't know. I know this much. In Philly, we represent. When we just had the PGA Championship, nobody was leaving early.
Right.
There was no excuses, no nonsense. I know I'm anti-New York at this point in time due to the Knicks, but still. Back to the play on the course. Wyndham Clark, he captured his second U.S. Open title. He had a shaky Sunday, though, John. Surging Sam Burns. He ended up catching up to him by 1 stroke. Doesn't matter. Clark finished at 4 under and became just a 9th player in tournament history to win the U.S. Open wire to wire.
Oh, man. Where were you, Dutz, when he won it wire to wire? I actually thought – I didn't even know they were playing. Somebody at the pool yesterday said to me, yo, Marks, you going to talk about the U.S. Open tomorrow? Kind of like not busting my stones, but busting my stones. And I was like, I didn't even know the U.S. Open was going on. I did.
Wyndham Clark.
So I did listen to a little content on Wyndham Clark. I guess he's like not well liked.
He's not. He had an incident at this one golf course where
Smashed up the clubhouse.
Yeah, he was an idiot. And then he tried to play like the victim. Oh, I got to bounce back, like one of those deals. And it rubbed people the wrong way. I think it goes a little over the top. I mean, he was getting heckled. He's a USA, right? He's from the country. He's already won before. He's competing, and people were booing him. But there was other things that were involved. Scotty Scheffler going for the Grand Slam, so on and so forth. Anyways, I thought the course was beautiful, but New York fans are taking a hit these days. That's all I can say. All right, on to the next one. We're not done just yet. The national champion will be crowned tonight. Omaha. We got North Carolina and Oklahoma in a winner-take-all Game 3. Sooners took Game 1. Game 2 went to the Heels, 6-2 victory yesterday. So we return to action in Omaha. Who sings it? Counting Crows. North Carolina, minus 154 on the money line. Sooners, Boomer, plus 120 there. I'm going with the Heels, John. They got better pitching. Good win yesterday. I'll take the Heels getting the job done and winning the college baseball national championship. And last but not least, I got to hit this because for my money, one of the best sports items from the weekend. You might not have heard, but Bryce Harper had a cycle. Yes. Never done it before. It is an illustrious career, 14 seasons in the big. And Bryce has never had a single, a double, a triple, and a home run in the same game. And yet he did it at this age. And it's a beautiful thing because it's bringing Philadelphia together.
Yep. Everybody very excited about Bryce Harper's triple. About his cycle.
Thank you, Dutsy. You can bring that down. That's the weekend recap. Bryce Harper.
Yeah, I was so excited to come in here today, and now I'm leaving, and I don't feel like anybody really liked it or cared. Or it was like, oh, look at that. Oh, why is he celebrating like that? He's too happy. Oh, he wears Fanatic cleats. He's fake.
Unbelievable.
He's disingenuous. No, like all this stuff with Bryce Harper. I mean, I know it's not everybody. I know there's some select people, mostly people around here, that don't like Bryce going for the triple. Whatever.
Well, I do know this. If you get from Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber come playoff time, what they did on Saturday, where they went 8 for 10 with a double, a triple, 4 home runs, 9 RBIs, I think we could win a thing.
Yeah, that was a pretty good game.
I think we could beat a few teams.
Now, if they could only play the Mets or that Peralta.
Yeah.
Every game.
Triple-double.
All right. There you go. What about Charlie Steiner? Straight Sports Center.
Wow. That's a good one.
He's a good one.
That's a good one. I'd take him over John Anderson. Man, I don't want to slight John Anderson.
I think you're going to be getting John Anderson haters coming after you. John Anderson people coming after you.
You know what he does now? He does the knockout game. Remember on the ABC where they got the big balls that hit people in the face?
Really?
Yeah, that thing.
I don't know the name of it, but I know what you're talking about.
I think it's called Knockout.
Knockout?
Yeah.
Oh. Brian Kenny? I'm looking for just straight Sports Center people. I know that eventually when you're good at Sports Center, like Kevin Nagandi, excellent at Sports Center. So then it's like, okay, you're doing college football, so you're a college football guy. Now you're doing this, you get the other opportunities to do stuff.
Nagandi, love him. He's been there. He might be entering into that conversation.
What conversation?
Of some of the great Sports Center anchors.
Okay, absolutely.
Now, is he Mount Rushmore? No. Have we decided on our 4?
No.
Well, it's Dan Patrick, no doubt. Stu, no doubt.
SVP,
no doubt.
Linda Cohn's got to be.
I think Linda's got to be on there.
34. Neil Everett, I always felt like never got the proper respect. Neil Everett and Stan.
Stan.
What's his last name? I'm blanking on it.
Not Stan Van Gundy.
Not Stan Van Gundy.
Stan and Neil.
They were
awesome.
nighttime. The LA version.
It's great.
I always loved Neil Everett. He was good.
What is Stan's last name?
Verrett.
There it is.
Stan
Nice
Verrett. I don't know why. Is he still with the network? I know Neil left.
No, he left, and I think he was doing NBA TV.
Okay. Yeah. George Grande and Lee Leonard.
No clue.
They were the 79.
What about the guys that are running now in the morning? I think they do a pretty good job.
I don't know any of them.
Gary and Randy?
Even the guys that have been there a long time, I still don't know them because I haven't watched SportsCenter that long. I should know them. Anyway. All right, coming up, YouTube chat recap and a lot more. Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Hey, but first, Sean Brace here. Let me tell you about DraftKings Sportsbook. It's live in all 50 states, and that means us right here in Pennsylvania. That's right. No matter where you're vacationing this summer, take your phone with you because DraftKings is available. Now, the whole world is watching one tournament right now. Group stage chaos coming to a close, a little knockout drama coming front and center in our lives. Either way you slice it, stoppage, time, heartbreak, happening all across the pitch. DraftKings Sportsbook is the app that I use. And how about this? Tonight/today, 5 p.m., France and Iraq taking place at Lincoln Financial Field, also known as Philadelphia Stadium. Kylian Mbappe, way too expensive to find the back of the net. We're going Dembele. Dembele, anytime score at -105. I think it gets ugly out there at the Lincoln Financial Field. With that being said, new DraftKings customers take advantage of what they have to offer. You could sign up now by using promo code Fanatic. You spend $5 to get 200 rewards within 21 days. That's code Fanatic, and it's in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus, Pennsylvania only. Eligible restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible game resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Got something to say about Philly sports?
So let's do that. Now, Andrew Salciunas has the day off today. It is not because of a clip that went viral from our show last week about Jalen Hurts. He's got regular vacation, but he was getting ripped because he said his number one question for the Eagles this year is about Jalen Hurts' performance at the quarterback position with the change in offense, Sean Mannion now taking over. What is your evaluation of that? Is that your number one question?
My number one question for this team this year would be if the offensive line can stay healthy and hold up. And it's not a very sexy question, right? Like, if the offensive line isn't healthy, we can't get Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens and Lane Johnson back to health. I don't care what plays Sean Mannion's calling. They're not going to have much of a chance. The offensive line has to be better. It has to be healthier. They've been the foundation of that team for so long. They've been responsible for so much success. We're talking about elite, all-time Eagle talents. So I don't say this in a critical way, but I say it in a way in which the offensive line has had to play through some injuries, and it's aging. And are they going to hold up and hold together? If they do, it's going to be a great season. If they don't, it's not. To me, that's where it starts.
The San Loquido piece that came out with Carson Wentz, and
yeah.
So there was a lot of defense of Carson. I guess what I'm saying is, independent of Carson Wentz, does it feel like the Eagles have Jalen Hurts' back after everything that's been put out there in the media and everything?
I mean, I don't feel like they've run the bus over him, but I do remember when the Carson Wentz article came out. They went into a damage control mode. I think they had Carson meeting with some reporters afterward.
All right, guys, are coming up next. Middays with Marks, Ricky, and Bill. Hit me. Hoo-ah.
You talking U.S. Open, Marks?
Yeah. No, it wasn't one of those guys. He's I know. He's not man. No, he's like a big, because the last time I talked to him at the pool, we were talking about golf, like on sports radio, and I'm just like, yeah, man, I don't like golf. So even because some you can do it. If you're a golf fan, you can do it. You can have like a segment or half a segment on golf. A lot of people watch golf.
Oh, dude.
But I'm just,
the business of golf, I would put it up against a lot of other sports. Like, I don't know if I'm talking out of line here saying NFL stuff, but
yeah.
If you create not ratings, not like put the U.S. Open versus the Eagles and Seahawks on a Thursday night. No, I'm talking about if you come up with some sort of invention for golf, where all of a sudden you're cleaning the ball better than it's ever been cleaned, you can make a bajillion amount of money because the business of golf is literally at an all-time high.
Is it?
Podcasts, you name it. It's just, you think about the YouTube. These kids are just filming themselves playing golf,
right,
and then growing their pages ridiculous amounts.
It doesn't feel like golf's going the other way.
No, definitely not.
Like with some of the other sports. No, it's very healthy. Now the whole live golf fiasco and all that stuff, like whatever. It's you guys can have your opinions on that. I don't really care.
I'll take some Saudi money.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is people have been taking Saudi money forever.
But now there's just a fund that everybody knows about.
Yeah, and that
the Saudi investment
correct,
fund. They're like, what?
Like, I believe the LPGA was taking Saudi money for a long time. Hopefully that's not wrong. Hopefully that's right. I know that they are sponsored now, but I believe that was one of the big talking points. It was like, wait a minute, how come all of a sudden now it's a problem for the guys to take the bag? When I understand everything that comes with it, it's not as easy as that. However, Money makes the world.
You got any World Cup picks? You got a game tonight?
Yeah, no, man. This is still group stage. Group stage tough. So I'm more of a knockout guy. Once they, start playing for a little something here, the cutthroat, that's when you can go ahead and fire it up and get in it. But right here, right now, as far as with Argentina and Austria, they're going head-to-head. You got Iraq and France. It's just too big of a number. Norway and Senegal should be a good game a little bit later, and then Georgia and Algeria.
Is it worth sprinkling on a tie between Iraq and France?
A guy that's out there on the timeline has been betting every draw since the start. He's up over $3,000. He's bet $100 on every game draw. He's up over $3,000. Now, I'm sure that people.
But then there'll be a day that there's no draws and you lose all your money, and then you got to do it again.
No draws and losing all your money.
That's what happens.
Yes. Sounds like
that happened to Ray in Jamaica.
Sounds like a trip to Risque. Hey-yo!
What do you think Ray's doing right now?
Well, I did see on Instagram he was around some belly dancer who was like on fire last night. Thoughts, are you producing tomorrow?
No, you got the worm tomorrow.
All right. The worm, he'll be on it. I need a Jamaican. Anytime Ray's name comes up,
hey, Ray.
I have to have some Jamaican bed music in my head. All right?
He is in Jamaica.
Yeah. We need a little Jamaican flavor.
I can't even enjoy Ray on Instagram because he has 7 accounts and I don't know which one he's doing it on.
How about that?
You know Ray.
Everybody knows Ray.
So it's Ray Dunn 21. That's his private account. All right, let me see here. I'm looking on his Instagram story. Oh yeah, no, there's someone throwing fire.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
By the way, it doesn't look fun. It doesn't look particularly fun.
Oh, stop that. That on the beach?
That looks fun?
That looks awesome.
It's just some guy throwing fire.
Somebody's swirling fire.
Yeah, I saw. I don't know.
Oh, they're having a blast out there. Red stripe and rum's going through the body.
Exactly.
And a little bit of something else.
No, I'm saying not that he's not having fun. I don't know how long I would have been on the things he videotaped some guy throwing around. Of all the things you could videotape, that's what you put on social media. So I'm saying it's stupid. It's funny. Of all the things. All right, let's get to the YouTube chat recap. Let's see what he got.
It's time for the YouTube chat recap.
How about filling us in?
Let me tell you something else, man.
Watch us live on YouTube every single weekday.
I can't lie. Let me tell you something.
It's the Middays with Marks YouTube chat recap.
Yep.
From Tommy John. Very strange the U.S. Embassy in Jamaica has had a huge influx of women looking for one U.S. man. The man hasn't been identified, but the ladies all seem to know him as Rizzy.
How about that?
See, look at this right here. This is like a year-end tweet, bunch of tweets from Ray. And the first tweet, there's Instagram pictures on one. This is the end of 2025. His caption is, I'd say it's a pretty good year. There's 19 pictures. The first picture, Ray is chugging a Mad Dog 2020.
Hey, Ray.
Well, that was at the parade.
That's a court. He's working at the parade, yes.
Yeah, there you go. Working.
It's always, booze is always involved with Ray.
The locals are now asking for a vacation from Ray.
That's
How
true.
about that? Yeah.
That's true. What's next?
How about that?
From JM, Marx's wardrobe has more pastels than a pack of chalk.
What's wrong with my wardrobe?
It's a nice blue shirt.
Listen, aren't I dressed like almost like I'm going to a golf club?
Yeah, they wear that now.
Yeah. So
No.
I'm wearing a light, long sleeve hoodie, but it's light.
You got shoes on. You're better than Landon Dickerson.
I have
then.
sneakers on, correct.
Nice.
So, I mean, I have some lightweight hoodies that you wear into work.
My wife goes, "Oh, another soccer jersey." I'm like, "Yeah, the World Cup's being played. Nobody's got more soccer jerseys than you."
That's true. So does she not like that?
She's never been a fan of the soccer jerseys.
No?
No.
Is it jerseys in general or just soccer jerseys?
I only wear soccer jerseys. I've been wearing them for the last 10 years because they're great in the summertime.
No, that actually it's a camouflage Philadelphia Union jersey, which is very cool. I admired it when you came in.
How about that? Thank you. Bimbo.
Right.
It's for me.
And you and it fits you very well.
Thank you. It's not my gut. I mean, how many Modelos do you think I'm going to have tonight?
More than 2?
Yeah, a couple.
All right.
Couple 2-3.
What's next?
From If Bayless, what's a bigger violation? Not wanting the cycle or Ray not knowing the flag of Ecuador despite hanging out with Ecuadorian women for 2 days?
That's funny. I didn't do well with that either.
I don't think anybody did.
I actually got two wrong, and I thought I was right on both of them. How about that?
Yeah, you were shocked that you got it wrong. So Dylan runs around here and he videos us with a picture. A lot of times it's a Philly that you shouldn't have ever heard of. So he gives us flags. You can check it out on the station's social media accounts. He gives you a picture of a flag of a team that's in the World Cup. And you got yours wrong. I got mine wrong.
Yeah,
Ireland?
Ireland. Well, yeah, they're not in the World Cup, so that's my number one job. I was an idiot there. But the Ivory Coast and Ireland flag is the same thing, just flipped.
Yeah, like if you don't know the Ivory Coast flag, then what am I going to say? You know, I didn't know it either. If you would have put the Canadian flag up there, then I'm like, oh,
yeah, you
could
have got that. Yeah.
All right. What's next?
From Randy, Ricky Bo talks about facing Bonds 30 years later one time. He would go for the cycle too.
You know, if I faced Barry Bonds, you'd hear about it every day.
Go for the cycle.
Yeah,
too.
you'd hear about it every day.
Ricky heard it. There he is.
You pissed me off.
I hadn't heard the story. Did something happen with
what
Ricky?
happened with Barry Bonds?
I never heard that before.
I have to get it from Ricky.
No, Ricky's going to try to use this today. Barry Bonds stole on the team when they were up a lot of runs, so Ricky came in and he had to hit him because you don't do that when you're up a significant amount of runs. That's not what happened with Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper wasn't a calculated decision where you're standing on first base and you're saying, I'm going to now steal second base. He gapped the ball and he thought he could get a triple out of it so he could get a freaking cycle. It's not really all that big of a deal, and it's not even difficult to explain. And people are mad that he got a triple. Oh, it should have been a double. The hell's wrong with this city? We're literally rooting for the scorer to not give him a cycle for some reason. All right, any more Duts?
From Money Mar, Sixers have no future unless they trade Maxey, which they won't do until he has no value. So tripling down on old guys is their best option.
Yeah, but not if it won't work. I don't know. You go get old guys and you throw it on top of what the Sixers have right now. You going to keep doing that?
I
think what he was saying.
I just think they're up against it with these contracts. There's not much they can do other than roll these guys out there.
They got to wait out Embiid.
That's it.
All right, one more.
From Dawood. Damn. The last time I heard this much disappointment surrounding a cycle happening was in the Phillip Rivers household.
Oh.
A cycle for Phillip?
Yeah, he was talking about with all the kids.
Yeah.
The woman's monthly cycle.
The woman's monthly cycle gets an appearance here on Middays and Marks. Interesting. I thought we were going to Bill Colarulo steroid joke.
Yeah, I mean, is it? He's not old enough to get testosterone replacement.
You do
treatment.
it, Ricky. Don't shake your head. You say it all the time to him.
I've never accused him. He's a well-built man, Sean.
A big dude.
You're a well-built.
No, man. I ain't on Bill's.
Well, you're not
level.
on Bill. No, you're not on Bill's.
As a matter of fact, I haven't been to the gym in like 6 days. So,
well, go to the gym.
I'm not going today.
Go now. That's a good job, buddy. Coming up next, something tells me Ricky Bo and Bill are gonna have a good show today.
You pissed me off.
Looking forward to the ride home. We'll talk to everybody tomorrow. See ya.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Closing in on the draft. I'm Brandon Dutz, and it will be a busy week for our winter teams as both the NBA and NHL drafts take place.